こいつは楽しめそうだ。
Fighters ready. Engage.
All right, everybody, Huvvi 186 back again with another podcast, the Overrated Podcast, episode 55. I am your co-host, Huvvi 186, and to my right is Traditiolist 101.
Yes, that's right. The Traditionalist 101 is in the house. My apologies for starting late.
Yeah.
We both apologize for that.
Just me.
Explain yourself. Explain yourself.
Yeah, they called me into work for a couple hours, so I decided to help them out real quick. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
How did it go?
No, it's fine. Like I only worked for a couple hours, so I was straight. You know, what I mean, hopefully I'll get some overtime. So.
Okay. So yeah, we were late because of you once again. So,
Mhm.
but no, it's okay. You know, if you want to make money, it's time for you to make as much money as you can.
Yeah, especially what I had to spend today on car repairs.
Oh yeah. You had to spend how much?
Almost $800.
Oh my goodness, man. I know that hurt your pockets big time. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Not fun, but you know what? Like that's what happens when you have to, when you have a car that you have to maintain. And now, mind you, the person I'm talking to is a man who has maintained his car since what, high school?
Who, me?
Yeah. College? Yeah, he has maintained his car since high school. Like that car has been through everything. This car has been through everything, bro. Like it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, let me tell you, man. Toyotas, they're here to stay. They're here to stay. Right? I mean, maintenance is always important. I make sure that I change the oil every time and rotating the tires to get your tune-ups. I mean, yes, it costs money, but it's going to save you in the long run. You have to worry about your car breaking down on I-95.
That's true, which has happened before.
Wasn't it because of my battery?
No, the one time that I could remember, this had to have been during the pandemic, right? When you were on 75, and I think your tire blew, right? Your tire blew.
Oh yeah. That's right.
And I don't know if I was asleep or obviously I was working overnight, whatever. And what was I working overnight? Yeah, man, it's weird because it did happen during the pandemic, right?
Yeah,
around that time, right? So definitely wasn't working overnight because it was still we still had those weird hours. But I remember you were nearby. I was like, all right, let's go get you your tire or whatever. So I got you, picked you up, took you to the tire place. And then our other friend showed up. He helped you put the car in the he had the jack or whatever, and he helped you get the tire in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And now mind you, 75, that highway is no joke when it comes to like speeding. And where we were at, I mean, changing a tire on the highway is dangerous no matter what, right? But especially on the highway, especially on a highway like I-75, like that's no joke.
Yeah, it's no joke at all. Like that stuff is like really, really, really unsafe because there's really no around that area. You can't really put your car in a safe position to where you can make tire changes and stuff like that. Like, everything is just ongoing, and if you better pray that you're gonna make it up there alive, man. Oh my gosh.
Absolutely.
Scary stuff.
But so that's something that I learned the hard way. today that you do have to take care of your car. And I learned that the hard way. So it is what it is. I'll survive. I'll survive. Other than that, how was your weekend?
Well, I had to work. I had to work, unfortunately, and after that, but Sunday was really really interesting.
Hmm.
On Sunday, the pastors, preaching and prophesying over everybody, and then after the service was over, a guy went down to his knees and proposed to his girlfriend.
Hmm.
And I believe this is the very first time I ever actually seen that personally, up close and personal. Like I was like right there when it happened. It happened like right in front of me.
Hmm.
Everybody was in shock. Everyone was trying to figure out what was going on. And Pastor, man, his eyes just popped out of his head. He's like, "What? What in the world is going on here?" Just spontaneously happened in front of the whole entire church.
Hmm.
And that was amazing. Like it was really, really, amazing. She hugged. They kissed. Like so, it was fantastic. It was fantastic to actually see another couple going to unite, be one flesh. God bless them both, and I really wish them the best. So that was really fascinating. What happened on Sunday? So, what about your weekend?
Same old man. Just working. That's it. Working, and then I find out on Saturday that Leon Edwards head kicked Kamaru Usman and won the middleweight title. No, not middleweight, welterweight title, which surprised me because I didn't watch the fight because I didn't think Edwards had a chance.
So it was a lucky kick.
I don't know if I say lucky, but he got him. Definitely got him, and it was over after that.
Do you have like at least
No,
like a screenshot
no,
or anything?
no, I'm not. No, I'm not doing that. No,
Oh, so okay, so even screenshots now we can't even show.
not for UFC. No, not for UFC. I don't trust. I don't trust. I don't trust. I don't trust them. They're very quick on the copyright bullshit.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
Wow, wow.
So
I,
no.
I, I didn't think it. I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't think it was to the point where we can't even share screenshots.
Yeah, I know it sucks, but I mean, like a screenshot won't do it justice. Like you need to see the kick in order to appreciate it. It was crazy.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, just do me a favor. Just if you can post it on Twitter or something, because I want to see it.
I mean, you can search it. Like just go to Twitter, search it, and just put Edwards kick, and you'll see it.
All right.
And the funny thing is that Usman was winning the fight easy. Usman
He
was
was
winning the
winning.
fight.
He was
Yeah,
winning the fight.
yeah. He lost the first round, and then he dominated the 3 rounds after that, and then the 5th round he just got caught with a kick.
Oh, dude, that's the most devastating loss anybody could receive. Like when you are winning multiple rounds confidently, where to the point where if you had lasted all rounds, you probably would have won unanimously
Yeah,
by the judges. And when you just get caught by that one kick or one punch, oh, it's hard to live that down. To me the biggest one, and I'm pretty sure you remember this when it was Chael Sonnen versus Anderson Silva.
yeah,
Oh my gosh, when he was destroying this dude left to right, beating him down, and then he caught him with the what was that submission called
trying.
again?
I think it was trying.
Triangle. Yeah, triangle, and then he tapped. Oh, that that is like one of the most memorable wins in the UFC history.
Yeah,
To
and
win.
it was also a fight that I didn't watch because I didn't think Sonnen had a chance. Didn't think he had a chance. But since he made the fight close, we watched the second fight, and
The second one, yeah.
yeah, we watched
He,
and
he- and he dominated the first round. I don't know if you remember.
yeah, he did. But like at the end of the day, like Anderson caught him. He threw some stupid back fist. He got tripped up, and then
Yeah.
Anderson ended him after that. So yeah, so definitely watching the third fight. That's gonna be fun. Mota's in the chat. He said, "What's up?" and he asked what's Brady up to. So I mean, you might as well bring this up because I don't really I didn't read the article that you sent because I don't
Of course,
like
of course you didn't, because you don't like what
I don't like diving into speculation of people's relationships. That's,
speculation.
yeah, that's what the thing was about, isn't that right?
Well, he did tell his teammates beforehand what was going on. Pretty much, he pretty much told them that he was going to miss a lot of. I'm pretty sure he was going to miss a lot of the training camps.
He's back now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they said that he was going to be back. I believe on the 20th. I mean, we're on the 22nd, but even still, I wanted to discuss it because I am not okay with it. I'm certainly not okay with it. I think what happened, was unacceptable to me, and I'm gonna explain to you why. But first things first, let's look at the let's look and see what I'm actually talking about. Right. So let me share this so everybody could read along with me. And I know you don't really care about this, but
No, I do have one thing to say.
no, you don't. Well, you really you actually have something to say about this.
Yeah,
Okay, so she wasn't satisfied with our marriage. Tom Brady, who we all know is the greatest quarterback of all time, not in an unfamiliar situation as fights with Giselle over importance of family led him missing training sessions with the New England Patriots. And there's actually more story with the exception of the New England Patriots. There's actually more to it, than that. And I'll put that up also. You can probably see it in the tab. So here it says, I don't want to read the whole entire thing, but just to get the gist of it, marriage makes a man more responsible. Yeah, marriage does make a man more responsible.
that's not true.
Uh, in most cases, a man that is responsible, well, a man that takes the lead and wants to provide for the family. Usually, that is supposed to make a man more mature because he has, people who needs to be taken care of, especially when it comes to kids. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how it is whether you are traditional or even with society today. How if something goes up with the family, they look at the guy. What did you do wrong? What is it that you need to fix? They look at him because usually in most cases the guy is the leader. Yes.
Marriage shouldn't do that. Having kids should be the one that does that.
No, really. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, including the NFL superstar Tom Brady, recently the Buccaneers quarterback took leave from his training camp, citing personal reasons. Although it was projected as if it was a predetermined decision, it turns out that the veteran underwent a similar dilemma a few years ago. In 2018, 2019, the former Patriot quarterback skipped the OTAs just to spend time with his family and look after the kids. Now, I'm going to read more about this. And here's the issue, that I've always had when it comes to, marriage. Now I know I'm not married, but when I witness problems or like I said there, dilemmas, I've always said to myself that as a man who society says that is the provider, that is the protector, all that other good stuff. If the guy is supposed to lead, and if the guy is supposed to be the provider, and if the guy is supposed to take care of all the responsibilities as of paying all the bills, etc., 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 in my opinion, you're not gonna like this, but in my opinion, there should be absolutely no interference of me missing work if there's no type of, like, if you're not pregnant, if you're not sick, if there's no type of illness, if there's no um anything's going on with the children. I don't necessarily believe that you're supposed to be missing work just because just because I'm missing, just because, yeah, I'm not at home, like, as much as you want me to be. but I'm out there working. I'm still, taking care of my responsibilities as a man to take care of you, to take care of the household. That is our job. That is our job. But if you are going to interfere and tell me that I'm supposed to miss work because you just simply want me, to be home, just to be home. The only reason why you have that luxury now is because you have money, because you have millionaires. But if this, you can't tell this the exact same thing, just to a average guy, a guy who's making 50 or 60 or even 70,000 a year. You can't just go out and just tell your husband, oh, I just want you to be home. Like, don't go to work. I need you to be home, for a while. Stay home, stay home, stay home. I never really believed that type of thinking. Now I'm gonna move on and read more, but do you have anything against that?
I'll read comments from Nolan. Shout out to Nolan in the chat. He said that boy got so dissatisfied with retirement and marriage that that he's gonna keep playing. I say they look at the man when there's a home invasion, not every situation. And he said, "Bitch, there is an off season for family time. He works 16 weeks, half on the road plus playoffs."
I mean, I wish you could have saved the comments for later, but
No, I mean,
anyway.
but I mean, you finish what you guys say, and then I'll make my point, and then we can move on.
While speaking with an interview with Sirius XM, Howard Stern, per NBC Sports, Tom Brady mentioned that Giselle came up with a mutual agreement that obligate, oblige him to do his part for the kids. A couple years ago, she didn't feel like I was doing my part for the family, said Brady. This is okay. This is the type of problem that I've always had an issue with this type of thinking when it comes to women. You're saying that, and this goes to not just rich people, but even the ones who are just average, an average married couple, like just average married couples. I really can't stand when the wife is constantly complaining, oh, that you're working too much. You're not you're not home enough. You need to be home. I mean, somebody has to go out there and work. If you're going to stay home, somebody needs to bring home the money, especially the type of lifestyle that they live in. We know what happens to a lot of professional athletes who are millionaires. They end up being broke because they have to sustain that type of lifestyle with the exotic cars, with the big houses, and yada yada yada, all the expensive trips, all the maintenance that you have to do around the house. All that stuff costs money, additional money. So I don't think it's cool just for you to say, oh, I just want you to be home, just because. And here's my opinion, because I know a lot of people have said this before. You may not think so, but in my opinion, if you are home and you don't have to work, to me, that's a luxury type of lifestyle. That's not slavery. That's luxury. That's luxury. The fact I would love to be in a position where I don't have to work anymore. I would love to be in that type of lifestyle. That's a utopia to me. So if you don't have to work, I don't really understand what you're complaining about. You have no reason to complain. Like you're in the lifestyle. You basically do whatever it is that you want. You have all the money in the world that you want. I mean, your net worth is like what, 400 million, I believe.
Cool.
Um, I think Giselle's net worth is 400. Is it 400 million?
I mean, she's the breadwinner of the family.
I think it's 400 million. I think Tom Brady is 250 to 300 million.
Yeah,
I, I,
she's the breadwinner in the family.
yeah. So here, hold on, where is it? Okay, she felt like I would play football all season, and she'd take care of the house. And she's going when you are going to do things. And she's going. When are you going to do things for the house? When are you going to take the kids to school? Thus, Tom Brady had to make a choice and realize that he was not a bastard, a bastard anymore. Tom Brady admits making this transition in his life. Just like Tom Brady is a big name football player, Giselle is a big name in the modeling industry. The Brazilian supermodel okay. So it says it here. Net worth is 400 million. Um, First met the quarterback in 2009. Since then, she has been engaged in looking after the family and the kids. Is there anything you have to say so far?
You want me to read more comments or
No. We'll save the comment. We'll save the comments. Eventually, as all couples do, they shared a responsibility leading Tom Brady, skipping off season OTAs, and to maintain his work life balance. I'm not listening to you, Skip Bayless. Um, Okay, this is the last one right here. So, despite skipping practice sessions, it is to be noted that Tom Brady carried the Pats to the postseason 2018-2019. Even helped Foxborough franchise claim its sixth Super Bowl 2018. Hence, his fans may not see him missing the OTAs with the Bucks as an impediment. Um, Now, okay, the reason why I always feel that stuff like this is a very very big deal is just like how you read in one of the comments. Let me fix my mic here. When you're in the off season, he could spend or be home as much as you want. This is not an ongoing job like a regular job that you and I have, like police officers have, like cooks, etc., doctors, lawyers. Like it's an ongoing thing. As a football player, as a basketball player, or any professional athlete, you have a long period of time off that nobody else have that type of luxury. Nobody else have 3 4 months off from their job. Even teachers, even though when they're off, when school is over, it's nowhere near how longer an NBA player has time off or an NFL player has time off. And for you to complain for 16 games for 16 weeks, like to me, if you were a spouse, I think it would be more understandable if an MLB player had an issue with his wife because they play over 100 games. I could understand an NBA player has a situation with his spouse because they play 82 games, and that's just the regular season. That's not including the playoffs. So I honestly don't really understand what the issue is. He's making money, he's performing because of him. He's a champion. So I really don't understand the situation here, man. I really don't. Like, stop complaining. As long as he continues to perform, stop the complaining. And look, God bless his wife. God bless their marriage. I really hope that this doesn't compromise their marriage to the point where they'll go into a divorce. I really hope that they will stay married. Excuse me, get old together, etc., etc., etc. But this is one of the times where you're not going to like this, and I know a lot of ladies are not going to like this. But this is one of the times where you have to stay in your lane. Let the guy do his job. Let him work. Let him provide for the family. Let him take care of all the bills, all the other stuff, and let him do his role. You do your role. I really don't like when women are constantly complaining that a guy is working too much. He's working to take care of you. I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. When the guy has to work, let him work. Like, don't complain that you're not home enough. The guy has 3 4 months off. 3 4 months off. Anybody would take that in a heartbeat. I would love to have 4 months off for my job, and I know you would too. I know you would too. So that's what I have to say so far. I don't know what you have to say, but I'm pretty sure you disagree with everything that I've said.
I'm gonna read the comments and I'll give you my thoughts.
Here we go with the comments again.
Yeah, I want to read them because there's a lot of comments, and I'm going to acknowledge our fans. First things first, Nolan said that them kids ain't infants; they can function. And you have a guy here, Jacob Rice, who I'm sure you know, Jacob Rice. Lordy B. Steve is much bigger than that. And then Nolan said Giselle gets money too, which we all.
Hold on. Lordy be Steve, it's much bigger than that. Wait, hold on. Jacob. Oh, appreciate you coming, Jacob. Man, this is a huge surprise. I can't believe Jacob is actually on here. This is a true honor. So shout out to you, my friend. Shout out to you. No. It's not much bigger than that. Because let me tell you why. If somebody if somebody is telling you that you have to stop working just for the sake of just for the sake of because, I don't think that's a really good excuse in my
Well,
opinion.
I mean, I don't think that was intimated in the article, even though she has said that she wants him to retire.
Exactly.
But
That's interference. That is interference.
no,
You are interfering in my job.
it's not interference. It's
Yeah,
called
you
caring. It's
no, no,
called
no, no,
caring
no,
for your
no,
husband.
no, 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 no. You
Because
are
here's the thing, she let it slip that he has dealt with concussions that were not diagnosed by the team. Whatever effects that Tom Brady has when it comes to football, the only person that deals with that is her.
and the teammates.
No, not the teammates, because the teammates ain't with him 24/7.
That
During
may
the
be
off season, when the only person who sees that is her. That's who sees that. So Jacob continues. Yep, they go broke, showing off for him and her. And then
Wait, hold on. What did that say? Hold on. Damn. What's on my freaking chat? They go broke, showing off. Oh, okay. They go broke. Yeah. They definitely go broke. Until this day, I still can't believe how many NBA and NFL professional athletes end up being broke after making millions and millions upon millions of dollars. That just doesn't make any sense to me.
if you watch the documentary Broke, and you'll see why. There's lots of reasons why. Just because you have money, you're a bigger target. And mind you, it's not generational wealth. It's wealth, but it's not the same as Robert Kraft.
No, don't start with that garbage. Anybody that has just $1 million in their account, just 1 million, you should be able to sustain as long as you are responsible with your money.
Yeah, as
As
long
long
as
as you are
you're
responsible
your
with your
money,
money.
and which
And,
a
and
lot of people, are not. The big difference, the difference between a
okay, but
billionaire.
that's not Robert Kraft's problem. If you're
Huh?
not responsible,
Well, no,
then that's not his problem.
he can do whatever he wants, and he has the money to make it go away. A lot of people don't have that type of money. That's generational. Like what the wealth that these athletes have, very few of them make generational wealth. He's only wealth for a certain period of time. But let me continue on. Nolan said that Giselle makes more, and that's true. She makes more money than him. I don't know why. I don't know how, but she does. Because
Well,
modeling
well,
is a big deal, obviously.
you have to remember it's not just because of the modeling, but
She has
she,
favorites and
yeah,
makeup
because
and bullshit like
yeah,
that.
because I think I could be wrong, but I think she still has a contract with Victoria's Secret and all
It
these
wouldn't, it wouldn't, it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me.
yeah, and those brands are a big deal.
Yeah, they
I
are.
mean, yeah,
Right. So Moses said focus on football. He,
exactly.
he trolls and said what did Skip say, and then Jacob said that he loves you, bro.
Jacob's awesome.
And
Love you too, my friend.
he says
Oh, and
Steve.
to your other half, I said what's up.
He said they don't even get 4 to 5 months off. Facts. Yeah, you're right. She deals with it. He's right. So yeah, so like the only like I said before, when it comes to football, she's the one that deals with the after effects, not the team or nothing like that.
Okay, but that why she should not be the exception, to that rule. All the whatever it's football, I don't care. Yeah, I don't care if it's football. I don't care if it's bull riding. I don't care if it's plumbing, electric. All these dangerous jobs are, in most cases, are done by men anyway. All dangerous, dirty jobs are all automatically done by men. We're not talking about just football here. And my overall point is a lot of wives have to deal with that when men have to do these dangerous, dirty,
I
outrageous jobs.
understand that, but the
So,
thing
so
is,
it's not just football. This
I
is
get it,
across the board.
I get it. But the thing is that a wife, in my opinion, shows that she cares more about her husband by trying to protect him from himself Because I'm going to mention this later on in my comments. If she wants him to stop and do something more safe, yeah, that's true. Because there's some wives out there who wants their husband to keep playing football because it makes money, because they make money. To me, that's not showing that you care. Especially when
say it one more time.
I guarantee you, there's some wives out there, there's some spouses out there who will continually pressure their their husband or whatever to keep playing football because it brings them money.
Yes,
I'm 100%. I 100% believe that happens from time to time. That's not showing that you care about them. You're just using them for money, and if something happens, albeit like if a divorce or whatever, then you're gonna clear them out. Then you're clearly gonna clear them out, which is one of the ways that athletes get go broke. Nice. So Malta says they go broke because they keep the same spending habits after retirement. That could be true.
That too.
That could be true. Nolan says Huvvi's changing my mind. What am I changing your mind on? And yeah, let me know, Nolan. Let me know what I'm changing your mind on. And then McKinley said that Robert Kraft got involved in prostitution ring though. So yeah, and even though he wasn't charged with anything malicious. I mean, if a player like look at Deshaun Watson, look at the suspension he got. Now, mind you, it probably was a lot worse, but in other ways, owners should be held to a higher standard. And he got in. Probably the team got a fine or whatever, but nothing really bad. Happened to Robert Kraft, and he mentioned, and Nolan said that it's about his health. Yeah, they did an interview and she let it slip that he'd been dealing with concussion that the team didn't know about. You know what I'm saying? So like, if she wants him to retire, it's because she wants him to be healthy for the kids. And I don't see nothing wrong with that. But let me give you my thoughts on this whole situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is all full of bullshit.
On me?
On everyone's part. Everybody's part. And I'm going to tell you why. Right? You're not going to... Because right now, it's reported that he's back with the team now. Right? You don't fix a fucking... If you have a marital problem, you're not fixing a marriage in 7 days. In a couple weeks. That's dog shit. The reason why he's left is because he didn't want to answer questions about the Dolphins situation. So the team they were playing in the preceding game that he missed was against the Dolphins. Now that news cycle is over, now he decided to come back. If that nigga wanted to fix his marriage, he should have retired. Should have retired in 19. Should have retired when he tried to scheme to bring his way to the Dolphins. Or to the Raiders or whatever. Now, I'm not saying that they probably do have marital issues that they want to face. And I've heard her say that she wants him to retire so that she can take care of the kids.
Yeah, she said it multiple times, yeah.
Yeah, that part may be true. But the reason why he left is only because he didn't want to answer questions about the Dolphins situation. That's it.
Okay, but we read the article where he clearly said that he had to stay for personal reasons. Obviously, it had to do with his marriage.
The personal reason is because he didn't want to answer questions about the Dolphins. That's the personal reason. That's it.
Oh, man.
That is it.
I don't. I mean, that could be part of the package, but I don't necessarily think that's exclusively the only reason why he decided to. Because
here's the thing. If the marriage was so important to him, he would have stayed out longer. If his marriage was down the tubes, the way that this article tried to implement, he would have been out longer. He would have been. He would have retired. Here are the facts about Tom Brady. That dude's a competition holic. That's what he is, and he's still at the top of his game when it comes to quarterbacking.
I mean,
that's why he continues.
Is that a bad thing?
No, it's not a bad. No, it's not a bad thing. But I don't want to hear this shit about I have to leave for a couple of days to take care of my fucking family. You could have. First of all, you had. Now let me say one thing regarding football, right? Because first off, the amount of game doesn't necessarily mean that you're like for baseball, for example, they have 6 months off. They play every single day from April to October for some teams. Obviously, if you go to the World Series, you're playing till October. Right
Mhm.
after that, they have 6 months off. They have 6 months off. When it
Okay.
comes to football, football is a year-round sport. Just because you're not playing in the Super Bowl or whatever, that doesn't mean that first off you have to let your body recover, obviously, but then you have to ramp your body up so that you can take the grind of an NFL season. You know what I'm saying? That's not just the game. It's practice, there's travel, all that shit. There's all that stuff. And football, a lot of people say football is a year-round sport. And if he's more worried about how the next year is gonna be outside of taking care of the family, yeah, I can understand why she'd be upset with that.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, you could say that it's a year-round sport, but training camp usually starts late July, early August anyway.
That's fine, but you have to
So,
get you
so,
have to
so how
get your
many?
body. Huh?
Half the teams don't even make it to the playoffs. So those guys are good. Those players are fine. And if you don't have to worry about football until July, or August. I don't see what's the complaining about. I
I
don't
mean,
see
look,
how that's a year round
but
thing.
he not he. But we all like he has 7 Super Bowl rings, and he's been to many deep playoff runs. In his career, I don't think he's ever missed the playoffs. The only time he ever missed the playoffs was when he got hurt.
I
But they
think you're
never,
right.
yeah. But since in his playing career, they never missed the playoffs, and they've always had deep runs. They've always had deep runs. So yeah, for him, football is a year round thing for him. And if she wants him to be, more attentive to the kids, yeah, I don't blame her doing that. I don't blame her being upset about that.
The only reason why she has the luxury to say that now is because they already have money. No, nobody else would be in a position to even say that if you were just the average guy working 50,000 an hour, 50 making 50 grand a year. She's only saying that because they have the luxury to pretty much not work anymore.
Yeah, that should be a reason why he should retire. That should be you first of all you made enough money, and she has money. Like
Well, but see, this is the type of philosophy I have always disagreed with you and some of our friends with. Just because you have money, that doesn't mean you just go and say, well, let me just stop making money. If you have an opportunity to double your money, go ahead and do it. I
no,
don't care if
no,
I don't care. I don't care if I had $100 million in my account. If I have an opportunity to double that money, that's what I'm going to do.
He's Tom Brady. Like he'll make money. He'll make money. Like like that's not a big deal. He'll make money. Like he's fine. Like he'll be fine. Right? And Nolan said he missed this for surgery for the Patriots. Yeah, it was the year that he got hurt, and yeah, I mean they didn't make the playoffs anyway. They didn't make the playoffs. So yeah. So that was really the only year that he didn't really go to the playoffs. And Moses said that football is his passion, it's his life. I understand that, but
Thank you very much.
no, but his passion should be his fucking kids. That's what it should be. At the end of the day, it should be his marriage, and it should be a kid. Cause look, I don't give a fuck how old he is. He's not going to be able to play forever. He's not going to be able to play forever.
Yeah, but you okay? Even though he has done, as far as his age goes, beyond of other quarterbacks, this is not something that is abnormal. Peyton Manning played until he was 40. Brett Favre played until he was 40. We have freaking kickers, or field goal people who shoot kick field goals. They could play as long as they want as well.
They're kickers. They're barely football players. They're kickers. They can play till they're 50.
Yeah, okay, but that's the point. That's the point. It's being a quarterback, being a kicker is completely different than being a running back or wide receiver
I
or
understood,
offensive lineman.
but here's the difference. Quarterbacks still get hit. Kickers don't get hit. Kickers don't get hit. Quarterbacks get hit.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like to me, look. Here's the bottom line. The bottom line is that he didn't want he left because he didn't want to answer questions about the Dolphins. That's it. This is what this is all about.
So let me ask you a question.
Hmm.
So what you're saying is he completely became aloof, dismissive. He completely ignored and didn't care anything what his wife had to say about him wanting to retire, wanting to spend home. So it had absolutely nothing to do with that. It was solely only on the Dolphins. Had nothing to do with his wife.
Look at the time that he missed. Look at the time that he missed. He missed the Dolphin game. This whole thing happened a couple days before the Dolphin game. He was like, "Oh, I'm taking personal time off to spend time with the family," whatever excuse he had, right? And he now is back after the Dolphin game, even after the time when news came out about him and the Dolphin being linked, and then magically, oh, I'm taking time off. I'm sorry,
Did,
bro. I'm sorry,
didn't he
bro.
take didn't he take time off even before that?
Yeah, he probably 2019. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so
2019. Yeah,
okay, so this is nothing new. He did this before.
okay, it's probably not new. But look at this. Look at the situation. Look at the situation. The time he decided to come back is days after the Dolphin game with a team that you were linked to, and you think that marriages get fixed in what, a week? No, man. Nigga, I was born at night, not last night. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. If his family was such a major priority, he would have retired. He would have retired already.
No,
All that,
no,
all,
no.
all- that dog and pony show that he pulled, just it probably been just before the Super Bowl, whatever, saying, "Oh, I'm going to retire," quote unquote, and then decide to come back. Mainly because more than likely because he didn't want to play for Bruce Arians anymore. So when Bruce Arians went to the front office, they got a new coach. Then he decided to come back.
You think it had everything to do with Bruce?
Yes, yes, because I believe in my heart that he wanted to go to the Dolphins or wanted to go
What?
after
What?
after the whole Patriot thing. He wanted to go to Miami. I believe that story.
You believe he wanted to go to Miami?
Yeah,
Hmm.
either to Miami or he wanted to leave New England. He wanted to leave New England. He was tired of Belichick and all the other shit. He wanted to go. He wanted to move on. Whether he wanted to go to Miami or Oakland or whatever, he wanted out, or Tampa where he ended up going. He wanted out.
All right, all right. But regardless, Huvvi, he did this before, and this is a disservice to to the teams because you can agree that when you are preparing yourself for training camp, and you obviously you have rookies there, you probably have a new coaching staff here and there, you know it's better for you to prepare before the season starts. Like everybody know that's common sense.
I
But
mean,
but if to me, in my opinion, I'm not saying that you're completely wrong about this, but I strongly believe that it was because of his wife why he decided to miss a lot of training camp, in my opinion. Because
I,
look, because even here, I'm not going to read it, but just to prove a point, look what this says. It said Bucks fans are getting nervous about Tom Brady extended absence. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Like it's a disservice, to you. It's a disservice to the teammates, and a disservice to the fans. It's a huge disservice, to the fans because now they all have to worry about, okay, is Tom Brady going to play? Why isn't he in training camp? And from what I read before, when it comes to training camp, um, in a lot of cases, it's pretty much free to go out there and spectate, or the tickets are like extremely cheap, where fans could actually watch and get close and personal, with the players. No, and I guarantee you, none of that stuff is happening if Tom Brady is not out there in training camp. None of that is happening, and you can't tell a guy to miss training camp and not participate in practicing when he has to prepare for a season. You can't do that. So I completely disagree um, with the whole saying of, well, you should be able to allow to tell your husband to stay home and miss work just for the sake of because he's just not spending time enough at the house. In my opinion, if you have a month or two off, I mean, Jacob said they don't even have 4 months. I mean, I don't know how that's possible, especially if you are if you don't even make it to the Super Bowl. I mean, I don't know how that's possible, but hey, maybe he knows more than me. He knows more than me because he trains a lot of the professional football players. Jacob does, so he would definitely know up and personal more than I would. But from looking on the outside, hey, listen, especially if you don't make the playoffs, you have a whole time off to yourself. Whole time off, to yourself. And I will never ever, and I will always stand by this position as a man, especially in a marriage. It is your duty. It is your responsibility to go out there and work to provide for your wife, to provide for your kids. But I will never stand by my other half to tell me that I'm supposed to miss work. I will never agree with that. I'm sorry. I will not.
I'm saying that all of this is just a rules for him not to answer questions about the Dolphins. That's all this is. That's all this is. Like the everything with him and Giselle is stuff that I don't even give a shit about. I don't even care. If they got divorced tomorrow, it wouldn't even faze me. I don't care.
That's the cold hearted that you always had.
No, because I don't know him. I don't know him. So why should I care?
Yeah, but you watch him. You invested your time watching him, haven't you?
No.
Yes, yes, you have. Yes, you have.
I was forced to watch this fucking guy destroy my Dolphins for 20 years. That's it. I don't. But when it comes to like caring about what he does, I don't care. I don't care. But the proof is in the pudding. He only did this so he didn't want to answer questions about the Dolphins. That's it. Now the stuff what he said about the family, whatever, that could be true.
Okay, so he's not lying.
No,
he's not lying.
No. I think the motives are manipulative, and I think that a lot of what he does is manipulative. I do.
Oh, come on, dude.
Come on, things don't happen by accident. Like, ironically enough, the time period that he misses is the time that he had with the Dolphins, the team that he was linked to. And mind you, this was major news just a couple weeks ago, with the Dolphins losing multiple draft picks and getting shamed by Roger Goodell over trying to get what player? Tom Brady. And who they're playing this week in preseason? Tom Brady. And that's when he decided, you know what? Let me go fix my family. In the middle of a fake in the middle of a fake retirement, and he had time to take care of his marital stuff during the off season. So like come on, and then all of a sudden he's gonna ironically take time off. No, man, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Like I said before, the marriage stuff, I don't even care about that. But to me, he left for the time being, and he's back now because he's not playing the Dolphins. But he's back now because he didn't want to answer questions about the Dolphins. That's it.
Okay. So this whole marriage stuff about his wife complaining, wanting him to retire. I guess all of that was a sham.
I'm not saying it's a sham. I'm saying the reason why he left is a sham. The reasoning behind it is a sham. Like I said, I've heard her say that she wants him. She doesn't want him to play anymore. I've heard her say that.
So he's just using his wife and his kids as a scapegoat.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
That's it. He's a hyper competitive guy. He's one of those guys who like Malta said, he has a passion for football. He has a passion for competing. And I understand it's hard for a guy like that to move on to just the simple life of just hanging out with your kids. Like I understand that. I understand that. But at the end of the day, that's your obligation. You've done everything that you needed to do in football. And if you want to continue doing it, as long as she supports you, that's fine. Because look, he's playing, he's back now, he's going to play the season.
But I think the reason why he's back is because he actually have a backbone, unlike other people that we know, like Will
Well,
Smith. He actually has
he's
a
under contract. He has to
he.
come back. He's under contract.
Well, he could easily retire. He could easily retire,
That's
right?
true.
Hey,
But clearly he didn't want to.
yeah, exactly. Like I said, unlike other people, like Will Smith, he actually has a backbone, to stand up, to his wife and say, "Listen, I'm going to go out there and play. I'm going to go out there and do my job, so I could provide for you, and so I could provide, for the kids, and so we could sustain this lifestyle. Because all that cars
Wait. Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt, but there's another thing that you have to understand. This is not a normal marriage, right? They both make buku amounts of money. She's worth more than him. So
yeah,
they so
100 million, yeah.
regardless of whether he plays or not, they're fine. Their lifestyle is not going to change. They'll be just fine whether he plays or not. They'll be just fine. Like I can understand if it was another player and the wife, obviously don't make the money that Giselle makes. I can understand that being more complicated, but this is not that. This is not that complicated. He's a guy who is simply just he's a I guess you could say a workaholic in a way, right? He's a workaholic,
and I commend men for being workaholics.
I guess.
I commend that. What am I going to criticize a guy who wants to constantly work and who constantly wants to perform? And again,
not at the expense of your children. Not at the expense of your children.
That's just a common thing for all families. I mean, you have to go out there and work. Obviously, that means you have to be away from the family.
He doesn't have to. That's a big difference. He doesn't have to. He really doesn't. He doesn't have to. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. He don't have to
he is.
Yeah.
He is the greatest. He is the greatest of all time. And you better not start with this whole he's disqualified just because of the whole.
I never mentioned that. You mentioned that.
I'm not doing
You mentioned that. I've never mentioned that. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. But he the thing is that he doesn't have to. He really doesn't. If he really gave a shit about wanting to fix his marriage, he would have retired already. I'm gonna stick by this, and look. Let me read this from Nolan first. Don't bring Will in this. He had the internet making fun of him. His wife cheated on him with a teenager. That's a lot of pressure. Yeah, it's a big difference. It's a big difference.
I don't. That makes it worse. That makes it worse.
Maybe, but
that makes it worse. No, he doesn't have a backbone. I'm sorry, he doesn't.
At the end of the day, he doesn't have to continue playing, right? He doesn't have to, right? At the end of the day, the only reason why this is a thing is because he didn't want to answer questions about the Dolphins. That's it. Because if he really wanted to fix his marriage, he would have retired already. I know it's not like guys missing training camp is something that's new. Brett Favre made the latter half of his career in Green Bay. He made a habit out of it. And what did he do? What did he do in order to excuse it? He was like, "Oh, I don't know if I'm going to retire or not. Like I'm waffling, whatever." And then when the season was ready to start, he's ready to come back.
Yeah, why? He was holding him hostage.
Yeah, why? Because he's the greatest quarterback in Green Bay Packers history. So he had their feet to the fire.
Of course, he's top 5 of all time.
Yeah, and Green Bay decided, we're tired of your shit. We're gonna go with the guy we drafted, Aaron Rodgers.
Exactly.
Tampa Bay they don't have that luxury. So they're like, all right, whatever, do what you gotta do. Just be ready for the season. Which look, it's Tom Brady. He'll be ready. Okay. But look, I'm telling you, the only reason why he missed time was because he didn't want to answer questions about the Dolphins. That's it.
And so
there's too many coincidences. There's too many coincidences for me not to believe it. There's too many.
Look, I'm the fact that he did this before, if this was his first time, I probably would agree with you. But because he did this, many times before, like this is not nothing new. So
No, apparently he did it one other time. And let's be frank, that time that happened, I believe that was during the whole Deflategate thing too. It was during the Deflategate thing, and the relationship between him and Belichick at the time wasn't great. Wasn't great. So to me, I did think that look, I'm just gonna say I think he's full of shit.
wow.
So.
This guy, man, you hate Tom Brady, dude. That's what it is. You hate Tom Brady. You hate the fact that he's been destroying Miami. Well, he's been destroying the Jets too. By the way, I think they're doing garbage right now. They're playing garbage right now and against the Falcons. That stupid team. But anyway, you're just upset that he been destroying Miami for all these years, and Miami really couldn't get anywhere because of Tom Brady, and for goodness sake, you basically want him to get out of your sight so he can retire. But I mean, he's
okay. Here's the thing, right? 'Cause I didn't want to bring this up, but I guess now I have to, right? I don't know if Tom Brady's that good of a guy. I don't know how good of a guy he is because
oh my gosh,
we're not gonna sit here and pretend that he didn't get with Giselle when he had his other chick pregnant and left her while she was pregnant. We're not gonna pretend that didn't happen.
Well, that's another topic for another day.
No. All of this is connected. All of this is connected, right? I'm not saying he's a bad person.
Yeah, you are saying he's a bad person. You just said he's not a good guy.
I did say that.
Yes,
but I'm not saying. But I'm not like, I'm not going to give him his flowers for being the greatest quarterback of all time. He clearly is. But I'm not going to sit here and just act like, you're going to put all the blame on him leaving on Giselle. And I'm like, no, he didn't want to answer no fucking questions about the Dolphins. That's it. There's too many coincidences to it.
Oh, come on, dude.
We're not going to sit here and act like he hasn't used his power, especially over the last couple of years, to get what he wants. There were reports of tension between Brady and Arians, right? To the point where he retired. Once Arians decided to go back to the front office and not coach anymore, all of a sudden he's back playing again. He's back once again. Come on, man. Too many coincidences, bro. Like it is. Too many coincidences.
I didn't want to say this because I really wanted to move on, but I could have sworn your favorite player did the exact same thing.
Who?
Dwayne Wade.
No, absolutely he did.
Okay, I don't see. I didn't hear anything about you saying about that.
But
maybe his girl for Gabrielle Union.
Well, first of all, his previous one he cheated on Gabrielle. From what I can remember, he cheated on Gabrielle.
Oh, that makes it worse.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I mean, I don't really find Gabrielle Union that attractive, but whatever, it is what it is. Okay. But his first relationship from the one that he came into to the league with, that was toxic. That was bad. That was a bad relationship that he was in. Mm-hmm. Right now, and here's the major difference between this and Brady. Right, Dwayne Wade didn't take time off and try to use something else as an excuse for taking time off. Tom Brady, look, I'm telling this right now. Tom Brady took time off just so he didn't want to answer questions about the Dolphins. That's it. All this other stuff is just hearsay. It's garbage. Because if it was true, there are solutions to fixing that. There are far more effective solutions to fixing that. They are. Where you say, I say he could retire. Well, he wants to continue playing. All right, that's fine. But don't sit here. If you're going to continue playing, then play. Which he's probably going to anyway.
Yeah, which is fine.
But you're upset with him for leaving for training camp.
Leaving?
Leaving training camp because,
No,
because of her.
I'm
Because of her.
yeah, no, I blame Giselle. That's who I'm blaming. I'm blaming
And
her.
I'm telling you that this is all all this is BS. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying all this is BS.
I look, look. Look. We already an hour in. We have to move on. But the last thing I have to say is that once again, you have to stay in your lane. Let the guy be the guy. Let him be the provider. Let him go out there and work.
She
That's it.
makes more than him.
And that's it.
She makes more than him. Like you
That's
can't.
it.
No, here's
That's
the
it.
thing.
Now, look,
No.
that's it. That's it.
Here's the thing.
Look, I understand. I understand.
You're
I understand.
applying your
Hold on.
sensibilities.
I understand that she's a top. I think she's like one of the like top 10 whatever top 5 models of all time. She has these contracts with Victoria's Secret and Vogue and all these magazines. Awesome, which generates tons and tons of money for her and tons of money for the family. But to me, remember, she is to me. I think the lifestyle that she has and the lifestyle that Tom Brady has. I think you know let's say in a few years from now, I think Tom Brady is eventually going to catch up, and he's going to eventually be the breadwinner in the future. Because she's just going to get she's just going to get older. She's going to get older and older and older, and then people are not going to care for her anymore.
Her name. Look, just because her name carries a bunch of weight in the modeling industry. It doesn't matter how old she gets. She's still a big name in modeling. 100%. Believe me when I tell you that.
No, dude. Like I said, she has a contract with all these big name brands that generates so much money. I get it. Trust me. I get it.
But regardless of that, you're laying your sensibilities in a situation that doesn't apply here. It doesn't apply here. Saying, "Oh, stay in your lane." She makes more money than him. If he was so like if he was so like let's think about this logically, right?
So what you're saying is he should be the one staying home, and she should go out there and work.
No, it don't matter what. They should both be at home enjoying themselves.
And nobody works. That's what you're saying. Nobody should work.
I mean, they have enough money. You're like, oh, I wish I could make enough money to where I don't have to work. That's what you said.
Yeah, I wish. No. I'm talking about in the standpoint of, well, no, you're right. No, you're right.
But here's the thing though. If he legitimately felt like if he legitimately felt like everything was fine, he would not have taken time off. He would not have taken time off.
No, I don't believe that.
No, like why would he? If he had this backbone that you say he does, then why would he leave? Why would he leave for like a week and a half?
No. I think he would have stayed, a whole lot longer because he's playing right now. He's playing. Isn't he playing right now? Like you just said, he's playing right now.
I mean, he's back from his hiatus.
Exactly.
Okay, but if he had the backbone you say he would not have left in the first place.
No. I think what they did, they came. This is just me speaking, hypothetically here. I'm just guessing. I'm thinking that they probably went to, some type of, compromise. That I'm going to miss a little bit of training camp. That's what he did, and now he's back at work. And what I mean by not working, to just to be clear, I mean like go out there physically working. But if I'm still pursuing passive income, if you know what I mean. But I'm talking about physically out there working is
yeah. I get that, but and here's what you think that, and I'm telling you, he didn't want to answer questions about the Dolphins. I'm telling you, I believe that I'm more correct than you are. I'm not buying this. I'm not buying this story from Tom Brady. I'm not. And the Tampa Bay Bucks. I'm not buying the story.
You're not buying the story from either one.
No.
Okay.
I'm not.
All right.
It's too coincidental that all of a sudden, oh, I have to do family bullshit. You could have done that. You could have done that when you put out that fake retirement. You could have done that anytime during the off season. You could have done that. But no, you decided to come back. And now all of a sudden, because now ironically enough, against a team that you were linked to, and the biggest punishment a team has ever gotten for tampering. Oh, now all of a sudden you have family problems? I don't buy it. Like I said, I was born at night, not last night. I'm not buying it. He's full of shit. Him and the Tampa Bay Bucks are full of shit. So,
Okay.
all right. So let me read these comments, then we can move on. All right. So
Nolan says once unadulterated. I know exactly what you mean. I understand that, but listen. Let's just be frank here. I mean, I do believe in forgiveness and giving second chances. So I don't. Obviously, I have no idea if Tom Brady or Dwayne Wade is continue with their adultery. I don't think they are. But you are right, for the most part. Like if once you cheat on your wife or once you cheat on your husband, yeah, you're an adulterer. I mean, that's what you are. The Bible says it, and that's exactly what you are. But if you forgive and I mean, if you repent, your other half forgives you, then yeah, and the two of you, could definitely move on from it. So,
so
but so I don't really agree with that 100%. But go ahead, Huvvi.
all right. So conspiracy agent is coming at me saying bro is contradicting himself. I mean, if I want to like clarify, yeah, do I think he's a good dude? Like, I don't know, he done some pretty shady shit. I don't know him, but he done some pretty shady shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna sit there and act like he hasn't done that. And I think what he did currently is some shady shit. He used his family problems as an excuse not to answer questions about the Dolphins. That's what I think.
I mean, you could say that he's using it, as a scapegoat. But like I said before, this is not the first time. He did this before.
Right. Nolan said, but really, who's better than Giselle? Personally, I'm when it comes to like supermodels, I'm all in on Tyra Banks. That's been my go-to since I was younger.
I was never. For some reason, I was never into Tyra Banks ever.
You're crazy.
I was never. I was never. I never found her attractive.
Like, who can you really move on to from jail? Is it Jar or Jail? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. I apologize, man. Nolan also said Giselle the
Oh no,
best.
you skip. Oh, okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, Giselle the best there ever. Oh man. And then
He's right. It does continue the pattern with Raid. It continues the pattern with Raid. Absolutely.
Cindy Crawford will always move units. If I had to pick between Crawford and Giselle, I pick Crawford. To be honest with you, I don't find Giselle that attractive. I don't think she's ugly, but I don't find her like super duper attractive. Apparently, some people think that Brady's ex is better looking than Giselle. From what I heard,
I can't remember who Brady X is, so I don't know. Do you know what's her name is?
No, I know if I look it up, I'll find it. But yeah, whatever.
Okay.
No one said they both should be working. F them kids. F them kids.
Oh, come on, man! Don't say that, Nolan. Come on, bro. Like you know better than that.
He also said her fine ass needs heels and a thong 4 times a week. And then conspiracy agent says so. The new Saints Row game is buggy disaster of copy and paste. I mean, if it because we don't have it as a topic today, but if it becomes a bigger deal, we'll talk about it. But
What's funny, I actually asked him about it if he wanted to discuss it, and he didn't want to. So it's funny that you mentioned that conspiracy.
Yeah, I didn't want to. I don't even want to buy the game. Like, I'm so not into Saints Row. Like, I'm gonna be real with you.
You're not sold to anything that's similar to Grand Theft Auto. So
no, it's not even that. Like I played Saints Row the Third. That game was not good. I hated that game. I hated that game.
Okay.
And this game looks dumb to me, but I mean, it is what it is, man. Anyways, all right.
All
So
right.
what we
So
doing?
are we finished with the topics? Are you gonna stick with the position that Tom Brady was just using his wife and kids as a scapegoat?
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
I'm going to stick to the position that I do believe that had something to do with him, missing games. And I still also believe that even in a marriage, you stay in your lane. Let the guy provide. Let him do his job. You do your job. That's it. So
All right. And on that note, let's move on. We're gonna talk about multiverses real quick because I actually got a chance to play the game. So what we're gonna do? Get the gameplay going. Where are we at?
is it is it is it is it if it's not finished loading up, we could go to the next topic.
No, it's done. Definitely done.
Oh, it's done. Okay, okay.
Yeah. All right. So right now, this is my gameplay. Um, this is the tutorial. I'm using Shaggy. You have any questions about the game or anything you want to ask me or?
Uh, um, yeah. So, do you feel like it is a complete copy like Smash Brothers, or do you think it's different? Because I remember when you and I had discussion about the Sony All Stars game, you
Uh-huh.
said that it still was a completely different game, even though it was a platformer that's similar to it. But do you find the exact same sentiment as this one?
No, this one feels more like a carbon copy of Smash Brothers. With one big exception, and this is the reason why I already prefer this game over Smash Brothers. Now, the one thing that always annoyed me about Smash Brothers, right, is when you get knocked away from the stage. You notice that I always found it hard from time to time to get back onto
The
the
platform.
platform or whatever, right? They always, especially if I lose track of where I'm at and I'm trying my ass off to get to it,
Mm-hmm.
and I just fall down. This game, I had a lot easier time getting back on the platform. Like if you notice right here, let me rewind a little bit, right? Obviously they have these up moves or whatever. Like and Smash Bros. Has them too, where you have certain moves that will help you, get back on the platform. It doubles as a way to um to attack your opponent, but also a way to get back on the platform when you're near the edge,
Okay.
right? And I'll show you this right now from Shaggy. It should be up. It should be coming up right now, right? See the double uppercut that I just did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that. It makes it so much easier. And another thing is when you're at the edge of the cliff,
Mm-hmm.
whatever the edge of the platform, you can climb up the platform.
Well, yeah. Well, Smash Brothers had that too.
No. I'm talking about when you're like deep down in the platform, you can climb up.
Oh, okay, okay. So
There is gameplay of me doing it or seeing someone doing it, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fast forward to like a match,
Mhm.
and then hopefully it'll happen there, right? Now, mind you, this is my first time playing. This is my first time playing, and I won. I don't know what it says about me or the other players, but whatever, right? So the game is still in beta, so that's important to know because not everything is ready to go or whatever, right? So I'm Wonder Woman here, right?
Okay.
Now I mentioned the platforming, right? It's easier in this game, and
Hmm.
I also tell you what is a delight is the controller because here's the thing: when it comes to Smash, I can only use the GameCube controller, and I hate that controller. You know this.
Okay.
It's a C tier garbage controller, right? Overrated controller,
Oh
right?
goodness.
All right, but regardless of all that, regardless of my rant on my small rant on the GameCube controller, it felt good playing a Smash clone where I don't have to look down. I don't have to worry about button placement. I didn't have to worry about that here. Right? It felt more comfortable playing this game, and mind you, when it compared to All Stars, this is more of a Smash clone than All Stars.
This,
Definitely
this,
more of a Smash clone.
this is more of a Smash clone than All Stars is.
Yeah.
Okay. I know this was just your first time playing. Do you find this more enjoyable to play than All Stars?
Honestly, yes, yes, I do.
Oh
Yes,
wow,
I do.
okay,
And the reason why, and the thing is with me when it comes to, and I really liked All Stars, I did, right?
yeah, yeah.
But when people say that but when you get to learn how to play Smash, which I did a little bit during the over the last like couple years, especially during the pandemic and all the other stuff, you can see why Smash is the way it is, and the way that the game is just better than All Stars. It's just better, just the way that the characters move and
Are you
you.
talking about this, or you talking about Smash?
I'm talking about Smash.
Oh, okay.
And why Smash and let me also mention this. You see this right here. Yeah, and I don't think Smash Brothers does this, right? You notice the black bars on the bottom and the top, and you notice the black bars, right?
I see, like it's like surrounding the whole entire screen.
Yeah. As the because the rounds were only 2 minutes, right?
Hmm.
Which I would like them to increase it for the online stuff. You know what I mean? But um yeah. So as the round as the round comes, as the timer you know gets lower and lower, the stage kind of shrinks a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And as the screen shakes, you have your if you get knocked over, knocked down, like early in the match, it wouldn't bother you, just work your way back up. But later in the round, especially near the end, if you get knocked out of the stage, you're done.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I do like that dynamic. Um, Let me see what else is there. Yeah, okay. So regarding the okay, what you see what I'm doing? You see what this is here? They have perks that you want. You continue leveling up. You get perks. You get to unlock perks. That's what these icons here in the bottom are.
Hmm.
So it could be like buffs and stuff like that. Like
Oh, so you
maybe
like level up your character? Is that what it
yeah
is?
you do level up your character. Yeah. Remember, this is free to play, so yeah, so they're gonna have this level up stuff and stuff like that. So
That's
and
very interesting. Very interesting.
yeah, the one thing about the free to play stuff that I don't like about free to play that's here is the multiple currency. I don't understand why game developers now feel like they have to put like multiple currencies in a fucking game. Just have one currency. That's it.
Hmm.
Like this one has two. It has something called Gleam or whatever the fuck it's called, which is something I know I'm gonna have to pay for, right? And then they have another one with regular, which is regular. I don't know. I think it's bolts or some bullshit like that, right? And I'm like fuck, man. Like, and Gleam is seemingly is the only way you can unlock costumes, right? The alternate costume for the characters, right?
Oh, I see what you're saying now. So
Yeah.
Gleam can't buy anything else in the game except for costumes.
According to what I can see, so far, and I'm like, why can't I just use currency? Like, why can't you just have one universal currency?
Yeah, to buy everything.
Yeah. Why can't we have that? Because it was the same way Call of Duty had the same thing. Um, well, there was another game that had the same thing. Damn, there was another
Oh
game
yeah,
that I really liked.
yeah. I think a lot of mobile games are like that too.
Yeah, they're like, can't we just have one currency, please? This is ridiculous. They do have items in the game as well that you can use. So you have
Yeah,
that.
I haven't seen that many items though.
No, they're definitely there. They're not as pronounced as it is in Smash.
Got it.
Yeah, I think I knocked out two people there with that hit. Let me rewind back.
And you're Wonder Woman still.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. And how do you feel about the characters in the game? Like how you
Dude,
feel about the costume?
look, bro. Let me tell you something. You remember that rant I did on the Nintendo brawler game?
Nintendo Brawl.
You remember when I bitched and complained about the characters and all and the stuff like that, and not having the voice work, the voice actors and the roster was being garbage and stuff like that.
On Smash Brothers Brawl?
No, and the Nickelodeon fighter.
Oh, okay, 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 okay. What
Yeah,
was your complaint?
it was the character. The roster was garbage, and
I
they didn't have voice work for the characters.
yes, okay.
This game, you want to know how much of an improvement it makes a game like this? Like bro, I'm telling you, man. Like the voice, like the voices that you hear are all stuff that you're familiar with.
Oh,
All
that's awesome.
yeah, and the coolest part is they have they have like comments to different characters. Like Batman, I heard Batman, saying something about Shaggy, and Shaggy had something to say about Batman and Wonder Woman and all the other stuff. Like they put a lot of work into this.
Oh wow, okay.
They didn't fuck around, and that was the thing that I criticized the Nintendo game for, right? I criticized them because they didn't go all out, right? They just made a game, a roster, and they just thought that, oh, we just have good gameplay and that'll be fine.
Oh, you're
And
talking
that
about Nickelodeon. You said
yeah,
Nintendo.
my bad, Nickelodeon, my bad. The Nickelodeon, the people just thought that, oh, we're gonna have great gameplay, we're gonna have great online, and that will be it. No, you have to do more. You have to do more than that. If you're going to go after the king, you have to go all out. You have to go all out. Even though this is a free to play game, they went all out. They went all out on this,
Yeah, yeah.
and they're going to continue to add characters as the game goes by. Like I can tell you this right now. Like let me pause it right quick. Let's look at the roster, right? All right, so oh my god. My favorite character so far is Wonder Woman.
Oh
She's
really?
my yeah, she's my favorite character so far. Right? And now mind you, I only have access to because since it's free to play, I think I have to buy these characters, a lot of the unlocked characters, so I can use them anytime I want.
Mm-hmm.
So so Wonder Woman, I think was the first character when I signed up to play. She was the one that was unlocked for me, right? And she's my favorite character so far, right? But I can tell you, I use Shaggy, obviously, Batman, Taz, definitely
How
gonna.
how was Batman and Taz?
Oh well, Taz I haven't used yet, but I'm talking about the characters that I'm probably going to buy.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. So
But
so so right now, before you do that, how many characters were you able to utilize right now? Like who are
three,
you able to? Who are they? Wonder Woman, Shaggy.
yeah, Wonder Woman, Shaggy, and Batman.
That's it. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and he was, and Batman was part of a rotation. So if I go back and play, he's probably not going to be unlocked. So if I have an option to buy him, I'm definitely going to.
Okay, okay.
Definitely going to. But look at the characters that I personally would use right now:
Mm-hmm.
Wonder Woman, Shaggy, Batman, Taz, um, Jake and Finn, Harley Quinn,
Oh,
LeBron.
I didn't know you care about Harley Quinn like that.
No, I'm a fan. I'm
Okay,
a fan. I'm a fan of Harley Quinn.
okay, okay.
Like LeBron,
Mm-hmm.
Tom and Jerry.
Absolutely. Oh, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
Tom and Jerry, Bugs.
Absolutely.
Velma. I don't mind using Velma and Superman.
Oh yeah, you can't forget Superman. Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
sure.
All of these characters right here, right? Oh, like they have 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 characters that I would utilize currently. I can't. I don't know. I don't know if there's like 5 in the Nickelodeon game. And with Smash, I really only use Kirby and Donkey Kong. Like Donkey Kong, my favorite player, my favorite character in that game.
Oh,
If
you don't use Mario, Link, or anybody
No,
else?
no, because I don't know how to use them effectively enough. If I had time with the game, then I would probably use more characters.
Oh, okay.
But Kirby and Donkey Kong are my two mains, right? Like with this game, like the character work is there, like the voice work is there. They just do so many. It's such a good fun game. Like on the basis.
And
Is
I'm so glad that you mentioned the roster, because now you actually could see my perspective now when it comes to the roster.
no, but
I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
but I get what you're saying. But for a game like this, right? When you have the competition that you have with Nintendo with Smash, you have to go all out. You have to go all out. And you have the news story right here. Let me see if I can bring this up. All right, so I'll just have to reshare again, right? So I'll read whatever comments that's there. I'll read them in a second. Let me just share this out real quick, and then we can get to it, right? And I mean, again, and I'm not the only one who feels this way about this game. Like you see right here, let me scroll down. Like Multiverses surpasses 20 million players in a month. Like this game is going to be huge. I believe this game is going to be massive.
Well, I always thought, even like I knew this was just a copy, but because of the iconic characters, that they have at their disposal, I knew that this game was going to be special. Like you can't mess this up. Not when you have a game where you have Batman, Superman, and Shaggy and Taz, like, and all these other characters who we grew up watching, who we've been a fan of. You cannot mess this up. Like, you can't. So I had a really good feeling that this game was going to be good. And a couple of our friends who actually played the game said that the game is phenomenal. Like, it's really also really good when it comes to like playing as a team, like team based.
Yeah. Oh yeah, which I haven't done yet. And you know me, I'm a free for all guy. So but I'll try. I guess I'll try team battle eventually. I'll try the team stuff eventually. But like to me, like it just the game is just it's the one. The game is fun, right? The online based on what I can tell is very good. I only got disconnected one time since I played.
Hmm.
So that's a good sign. And honestly, they put a lot of work into the game. They really did.
Yeah, especially a game is free. Like, last question, like, is there like a wish list of characters that you hope that they put in the game, or you are you satisfied with what you have?
Hmm. Let me look at the roster. Let me look at the roster again. If I had a wish list of people who I would want to see in the game, man, it's tough because Warner Brothers covers so much ground, right? It covers so many properties and franchises and stuff like that. Um, man,
I'm surprised they don't have Tweety in the game. I would love to see
Sylvester the cat.
yeah, yeah, and Daffy. I would love to see Daffy in there.
Okay. You got mine, Daffy.
Oh, okay.
I want Daffy in the game. Absolutely,
Oh
that's
my
what
gosh.
I want in the game. I want Daffy in the game.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. I
Daffy.
would
But
love.
when it comes to Warner Brothers property, I would love to see. I do believe. I don't know if no effort. Like I think they'll have a Mortal Kombat character in there.
You think so?
hmm I think
Wait,
they
wait.
will.
Does WB own Mortal Kombat?
I think I think they do.
They own NetherRealms?
Yeah, I think they do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they do. Cause you remember, Sub Zero was in the last Injustice game,
But yeah, I remember you told me that.
and every major cast character in the Mortal Kombat 12, all those like special characters, they're all part of Warner Brothers property, like RoboCop, Rambo,
Yeah,
um, and then you look at the horror. In 11 they added a whole bunch of horror characters like Leatherface and Predator and Jason. He was in Mortal Kombat 11. So
oh yeah, I
I
remember that. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so like I said, the roster possibility for this game is gonna be endless.
I kind of hope, maybe you don't think this is a big deal, but when it comes to the roster, I kind of hope they had the the rivals Like, I hope they have Joker in there for Batman. I hope they have
Oh yeah, I definitely see Joker being in this.
yeah, and if not Lex Luthor, with his mobile suit,
Yeah,
then maybe like a Brainiac or Metallo, against Superman. Like I really would definitely like something like that.
absolutely, absolutely. Like and the only thing that they have to worry about is pretty much just balance. That's it, balancing issues.
Hmm.
Because I think during Evo there was a couple characters that were already banned.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, because
Already?
because they have to. Yeah, because you can't like if they're gonna bring these characters out, like they have to be balanced. You know what I mean? And like it's fine. Like it's not that big. It's not that big deal. Not a big of a deal. But so far I'm loving the game.
Okay, so you're
I'm
loving the
actually
game
loving
and
it.
you're planning on buying more characters in the near future. All right,
Absolutely.
awesome. And you saying it's better than Nickelodeon and it's better than the All Stars game.
Yeah.
Ultimate question:
Mhm.
you said it's better than those two games. Is it better than Smash?
Yes.
How did I know?
And
I
the
knew
only
it.
reason,
Oh god.
let me say this. The only reason why is because it's on a better console.
Oh gosh.
It's on a better controller, and it has better net code. That's it.
Okay. All
That's
right.
it. And it's easier to get back on the platform because that's my biggest problem with the OG Smash Brothers. With Smash Brothers, that's my biggest problem with the game. But like I said, I like Smash Brothers a lot more than I used to. You can you know that for a fact. You know that,
I
right?
do. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So when you play a game, you get to learn it a little bit more. You get to understand it. You grow in appreciation for it. You grow in appreciation for it. So let me read some of these comments, and then we can if we can move on if you would like. Conspiracy agent said she probably gave Brady an ultimatum: either you choose work or the kids.
Oh, you think
No,
that's
no,
true?
no,
Okay.
no. It's a possibility. I no, I don't think so.
I mean, I think it is a possibility because he keeps mentioning her over and over and over again as far as wanting to retire, and then and I'm pretty sure that when she told how he had like concussions, like you said, I'm pretty sure Tom Brady wasn't happy with that either. So
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure he wasn't happy about that.
yeah, so I think overall she probably did give him some type of ultimatum, or at the very least, she's just basically telling him that, listen, I'm not happy that you're still playing. I'm not happy about this, but yeah, it is what it is.
And Ruben asked, anyone saw Field of Dreams 2? No, I didn't see Field of Dreams 1.
No, I haven't.
Them tickets are $1,000.
What tickets?
I guess to Field of Dreams 2. I guess I don't know.
No, okay. Damn, that's a
And
lot.
conspiracy agent asked, "You mean rebound on the platform?" Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, just trying to get your way back to the platform. It's a lot harder to do in Smash. For me, it's a lot harder to do in Smash Brothers than it is to do in this game. And then McKinley, he said, "GameCube controller C tier. That's bait." No, it's not bait. It's fact.
No, exactly,
It's fact.
exactly.
That controller sucks. Um, Ruben said, "Is keyboard eligible? Is keyboard enabled? For what? For the tier list or for the game? I don't know. You can play. Yeah, also the game is multiplayer. Is crossplay. So yeah. Nolan said, "I can't wait for Walter White." You know, it's funny. It wouldn't surprise me if Walter White would. Is Walter White a WB property? Because if he is, he's likely going to be in the game because they have Arya Stark in multiverses already. So, and then conspiracy agent says, characters I like to see in multiverses: The Mask, Darkwing Duck, and Inspector Gadget.
Oh my gosh, I completely forgot about the mask.
Let me tell you something.
Oh man. Oh my gosh. Go ahead.
Okay, the mask would be cool, right? Darkwing Duck would be great,
Oh yeah.
but I'm meaning Inspector Gadget if he's in there. If he's in there, that's my main. Period.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, that's my main.
Oh, okay.
That's my, and then Ruben said you want to see a Disney character in a WB game. I don't know how that would work. I don't know how that would work. If knowing Disney, they would probably want someone to make their own, make their own brawler, knowing how Disney operates. But it wouldn't be. I don't think it would be. I don't think it would be a bad idea. F said, shout out to F. Must be a good game. It's a great game. I really like the game.
Yeah, I want to play the game too. F. By the way, thanks for joining. Big shout out to you. I think based off what gameplay footage Huvvi has shown and explaining everything, which I think was awesome. Which is why I asked them, if you could, put that as a topic in the podcast. I think the game looks good, and again, I'm a huge fan of the WB characters, so I really want to, get my hands on the game and play it myself. But I don't think it's going to be better than Smash. But I definitely want to play the game really, really, really bad. Really
I do believe that it is the best Smash clone that's been made. It has the potential to be the biggest Smash clone that's been made.
Yeah.
Because
there's been others like we had that crappy Digimon Smash game. We had the Ninja Turtles. They had a Smash clone game, and I don't think you remember the Guilty Gear that we had. That was for the DS. You probably don't remember, but I brought it.
I remember.
Oh, okay. You remember that one. You actually liked it, that game. I didn't.
It did. It's weird. That's weird. Like I liked the game that you didn't like. That's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Yeah, I heard about the Turtles one. And it'd be cool. Like, cause I just recently beat the Turtles beat them up.
Dang, about time.
Yeah, no, I beat a couple days ago. But I would like to see them do a fighting game, a new fighting game with the Turtles in every like obviously you have the Turtles, April, Casey, Splinter, and then in all the villains that were in that game. Right, so now
talking about the Ninja Turtles tournament game for Super Nintendo.
Yeah, but I want to see like a more advanced version of that.
Okay.
Then obviously all the main characters plus Shredder, Krang, Bebop, Rocksteady, and all the villains that they had in the beat 'em up, right? Even the ancillary ones like Rat King, which I don't know, was he ever? I've never seen Rat King in the cartoon. Was he in?
Yeah,
the
I've seen him. I've seen him in the original cartoon.
Oh, okay,
the early '90s cartoon. Yeah, he was there.
Yeah, okay. But you know what I'm saying. All the like Wingnut, all those characters, just as fighting game characters.
Oh yeah, Baxter Stockman.
That would be good. That would be good.
Yeah.
Conspiracy Agent said add EQ to the roster. I don't know who that is. I don't even know if I pronounced it correctly. So NQ. Yeah, I don't know. McKinley said better than Smash. Nah, if it doesn't win Best Fighting Game, then definitely nah. It's probably, I guarantee you. Look, the VGAs is gonna win Best Fighting Game this year. It will win in the VGAs.
Oh, okay.
Multiverses will win Best Fighting Game this year.
You think it's going to win?
Mm-hmm.
I think it definitely has a good chance. Of winning.
It doesn't have that much competition. I think the only real competition is KOF, and I'm telling you, this game is bigger than KOF, so it will win.
Wow. I mean, there's other fighting games that's coming out though. Like they're still gonna have more fighting games that's coming out.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, Multiverses is the biggest one right now. Not right now when it comes to the game that's come out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, and I'm telling you right now, Nintendo's gonna take notice. Nintendo's
I'm
gonna take it because I'm telling you, this game is already big now. Is gonna blow up.
Well, I think what they need to do is just focus on obviously adding more characters into the roster.
Hmm.
But I don't think Nintendo is worried that much because I really, as far as fighting game goes, and I'm putting Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat and Tekken into this. There's really no bigger community than the Smash Brothers community.
Oh, once I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that.
So I mean, although that you may be right, I don't think Nintendo is worried. Well, maybe they are worried because they don't care about the Smash Brothers community anyway.
Hmm.
So who
Yeah.
knows?
All right. Well, next topic. You want? I have the article. So you want me to read this? The
On what?
Sony getting sued.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So I'm gonna share this, and then we will.
I'm actually surprised you wanted to read it because you didn't care about it. But okay, yeah,
No, I didn't really care about it, but I decided, let me just do this, and then I have a bit of a rant that I wanted to go on. Right.
okay.
All right. So as you see at the main title, Sony PlayStation being sued for 5 billion euros, which I think is over, which is over $5 billion, right? Amid claims that it ripped off 9 million consumers, right? Right, and this is from Sky. So this is in Europe, so more specifically, um, London, I think. Consumers have been overcharged for their digital game purchases by as much as 5 billion over the last 6 years. The legal action states, with estimated damages per individual estimated at as between 65 euros to 562 euros. All right, so continuing on. The legal claim is a collective action against the gaming company brought by consumer rights champion Alex Neil, which is a female, by the way.
Hmm.
Alex Neil is a female, right? It accesses the company of breach. It accuses the company of breach of competition law by abusing its market power to impose unfair terms and conditions on game developers and publishers, forcing up prices for consumers. It allegedly ripped people off by charging a 30% commission on every digital game and in-game purchase made through the PlayStation Store.
Hmm.
Consumers have been overcharged for their digital gaming purchases by as much as 5 billion euros over the last 6 years, the legal action states. According to the claim filed by the Competition Appeal Tribunal on Friday, anyone in the UK who has purchased digital games or add-on content on their console or via the PlayStation Store on since August 19, 2016 is included in the claim and is potentially entitled to compensation.
Whoa.
The estimated damages per member of the class is between 67 euros and 562, excluding interest. The game is up for Sony PlayStation, said McNeil. With the legal action, I'm standing up for millions of UK people who have been unwillingly overcharged. We believe Sony has abused its position and ripped off its customers.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Gaming is now the biggest entertainment industry in the UK, ahead of TV, video, and music, and many vulnerable people rely on gaming for community and connection. The actions of Sony is costing millions of people who can't afford it, particularly when we're in the midst of a cost of living crisis, and
Tell
the
me about it.
consumer purchase is being squeezed like never before. All right, and then that's pretty much let me see. I don't know, is there anything else on the bottom?
Yeah, it looks like there's more.
Okay, I'll read this part. The partner leading the case, Natasha Pierman, said Sony dominates the digital distribution of PlayStation's games and in-game content. It has deployed an anti-competitive strategy which has resulted in excessive prices to consumers that are out of all proportion to the cost of Sony providing its services.
Hmm.
This claim is only possible because of the opt-out collective action regime that was introduced by the CRA 2015, a regime which Alex fought to introduce. We are looking forward to working with Alex and making sure that the regime achieves its aim of protecting and compensating consumers. The action is funded by Woodford, a specialist team of litigation and arbitration experts investigating in large commercial claims, so class members will not have to pay any of the cost of the action themselves. PlayStation has been contacted for comment, and they haven't commented.
Okay.
Now, here's my thing.
All right.
Personally, I think this is all a bunch of horseshit.
Oh my gosh! Another. So another article that you feel like is nothing but horse manure.
No, I think the reasoning behind it is horse manure. Now, if their thing is to ultimately get digital games to be cheaper, because let's be real, it doesn't make sense that digital games are the same price as physical games. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. They
Okay.
should be cheaper. They should be cheaper. But the thing is that we're suing a company for the charges that they put into their store. If you don't want to pay there are lots and lots of ways to go around paying for something that you don't want to pay for. You have cards, you have PlayStation card. Well, I actually think they still have, well, since the lawsuit is from 2016 onward, they had PlayStation cards that they could have purchased, right? Some of them, and look, at the end of the day, like as someone said on Twitter, they pay more for their games, in overseas than we do. Like in Canada, Canada's games are cheap are more expensive than it is in the United States. Same thing goes for Europe.
Hmm.
And if I'm and this guy also said that Microsoft their prices are the same. When you compare it to physical, their prices are the same. So why is it that this company is only targeting PlayStation? Even if even if
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying now.
even if they are, right, and whatever, if they feel like PlayStation is taking advantage of their customers, whatever. At the end of the day, it is up to the consumer to determine how much you're willing to buy for a product. How can I be ripped off if I'm not buying something? If I don't, let's say for example, if I don't buy Saints Row, right? If I don't buy Saints Row, then I can't be ripped off because I didn't buy the game.
Yeah.
Like with Grand Theft Auto, the collection, I felt ripped off because I actually bought the game and found out that the game was dog shit. The way they did it was dog shit. That's being ripped off, and that's on me. I'm not gonna sue. I like. Would I like to sue Rockstar? Absolutely, I would. Absolutely, I would. But at the end of the day, I made the decision to buy the game. I did. And if I wanted my money back, I should have done it a lot sooner than I did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I should have done it a lot sooner than I did. And that's on me at the end of the day. That's on me. I'm not gonna sue. I'm not gonna sue or waste my time. So, because suing, I mean, they said that the people who are in the class action, they don't have to pay. But normally, you do have to pay to sue to sue somebody, and if you lose, then you're fucked.
Yeah.
So to me, I just don't understand why this is. I get why it's a thing, but the way they're phrasing it, to me, is to the point where the consumer is being excused for being stupid. and it's the lawyer trying to cash a big check. Because mind, when it comes to the class action lawsuits, the people who make the most bank are the lawyers. Don't get it twisted. It ain't you. You'll get a percentage of it, but the people who make the most money are the lawyers. That's why they encourage class action lawsuits. That's why they encourage it. So
Yeah, my thought is this: if as long as you don't go through the situation that you went through, like when you bought Grand Theft Auto, if
mhm,
you don't go through situations when people bought that garbage Cyberpunk game
mhm.
from CG Project Red, as long as the game works, you really have nothing to complain about.
Exactly.
Now if the game is now if the let's say if you were promised extra content, and the game is like $10 or $20 more because you have extra stuff than than just a regular game with whatever, and it doesn't provide you all the extra stuff that was promised, then yes, that is something else. But again, if the game it continues to work, then there's really nothing, because you made the decision to buy the game. You made the decision to buy the game. I don't care if the game's supposed to be cheaper digitally than opposed to you buying the physical copy. I don't to me I don't care about that. The game is still the game. It's still the same game. You're gonna have the exact same experience. They still put in, the developers still put in the same amount of work, regardless if you bought the game digitally or if you bought it physically. To me, that's why it doesn't matter to me. I don't think just because you have a package with maybe you'll probably get a pamphlet inside, that it should cost more. I don't believe in that. I don't. I really don't. I think if the game is $70, or if the game is 60 or 50, it should be the exact same amount, whether if you buy it physically or digitally. To me, it doesn't matter. The same thing goes for music. The same thing goes for movies. If you download a movie, or if you buy the movie physically, it should be the same price. That's what I believe.
When it
And
comes to those media, I agree with you. But when it comes to video games, I actually disagree.
it's the same thing.
No, 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 no. Because when it comes to physical, like you have to pay. You have to pay for. All right. So back in the day when they used to make, instruction manuals and stuff like that, like yeah, you would have that, and you're paying for the disc or whatever. But when it comes to digital, you're not. All you're doing is paying for a license. That's it. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I meant. Instruction
yeah,
manuals. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. You're paying for a instruction manual and pretty much the production of the disc, which doesn't cost that much, but that's something that they have to pay for.
It's still
With
penny.
yeah, but with digital, you're just paying for you're just paying for a license. That's it. So I do like again, it don't matter. It don't bother me. Not to the point where I'm going to take a stance and be like, oh, I'm not buying this game for 60 because it's too expensive. Like I'm not doing that. If I'm gonna buy it for 40, if it's 40 digital and physical and 40 physical, I'm gonna buy it. If I want to buy it digital, I'll spend the money. I don't care. But I do think digital games should be cheaper.
But okay, so explain the difference between the movies and the game.
Well, I mean, how do you buy music physically? You have to buy a CD,
Yeah,
right? And I mean, the CD is gonna come with music, and not all the songs you're not gonna want on there. You're not gonna listen to every song on there
perhaps.
unless you create your own mix.
And
So
movies.
like, I mean, movies. I want to say they're a little bit similar. You know what I mean? Because if you buy it digital, buy it physical, like I don't know, they could add something for the physical. Good, because I remember why. Okay, let me play this real quick, right? I'm gonna play this from Matt Damon. I'm because this was making the rounds. They were making the rounds today. So
Okay.
I'm gonna open up Twitter and you're gonna hear what he had to say about physical. Where's my Twitter app? Menu. And a lot of people are making this correlation with video games as well, with what he was saying, as to why you don't see why movies aren't the same as they used to.
Mm-hmm.
So let's okay, there we go, Twitter. All right, so while Twitter loads up, it's gonna take a minute to load up.
Yeah, I can't see anything though.
Yeah, I know. I haven't. I'm just waiting for it to pop up. All right,
All
so
right, so while you're doing that,
let me read the comments from no. No one said absolutely you won't rip me off until I let you rip me off. And then
because ultimately they made the decision to buy it. You made the decision to go out there and put your your card in. You agreed. You pushed the agreement button and you bought the game. So what are you suing for when you already consciously decided to buy the game? So I don't feel sorry for those people, and I
and
hope they all do.
the same thing with DLC. Like you know they tell you the price of the DLC. If you don't want to buy it, don't buy it. If you want to buy it, but you want to get it cheaper, there are ways to get things cheaper. Trust me.
Yeah, there's deals, or if you wanna, well, actually, there's deals, or you could just wait, till the price goes down. And I think, and like I said before, if you buy a game that's broken, like how with Cyberpunk, or like how you were dissatisfied with Grand Theft Auto, or if you feel like game is like missing content or whatever, then yeah, go ahead and see if you could win, and by suing them, because you were promised to get the full game and you did not. This is completely different. They got the full game. There's nothing wrong with the game. The game's not broken. The game's not, the game's. The article that you read said anything, didn't say anything about the game being glitchy or about games being broken or that they were not able to, play or have full access to the game. Not they said none. They said none of that. They said none of that. It was just their stupid biased opinion, feeling that they felt that they were overpriced. They were being ripped off. If you feel like it's a rip off, don't buy it.
True. True. And for me, like for me, it just I had every right to sue. I had every right to sue because the game was a fucking disaster, and that's not what I paid for.
Exactly.
But why would I waste my time suing when all I can really do, the smart thing to do, is just, all right, well, I get the refund, show them why I embarrassed them on social media, ask for a refund, and say, yo, I'm not buying your shit no more.
So I think a scenario.
You know what I mean? Did you hear that?
Yeah, I was able to hear. If you could just put the volume up if you can.
Yeah.
Oh, it's already maxed.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's really high. Let me play it. See if you can hear it.
Scenario lots of viewers can relate to is
Yeah, I can hear it.
on the couch
Okay, and you can hear it fine, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
on a Friday night, going through the streaming services, cycling through the movies, and thinking to themselves, they're not making movies for me anymore. As somebody who's been intimately involved in movie making for 30 years, what are the macro Hollywood conditions behind that sentiment?
Well, so what happened was the DVD was a huge part of our business, of our revenue stream. And technology has just made that obsolete. And so the movies that we used to make, you could afford to not make all of your money when it played in the theater because you knew you had the DVD coming behind the release. And 6 months later, you'd get a whole nother chunk. It would be like reopening the movie almost. And when that went away, that changed the type of movies that we could make. I did this movie Behind the Candelabra, and I talked to a studio executive who explained it was a $25 million movie. I would have to put that much into print and advertising, right, to market it, what we call P&A. So I'd have to put that in P&A. So now I'm in $50 million. I have to split everything I get with the exhibitor, right, the people who own the movie theaters. So I would have to make $100 million before I got into profit. And the idea of making $100 million on a story about like this love affair between these two people. Yeah, I love everyone in the movie, but That's suddenly a massive gamble in a way that it wasn't in the 1990s when they were making all those kind of movies, the kind of movies that I loved, and the kind of movies that were my bread and butter.
All right. So you heard what he said,
Yeah.
right? That because of the way that technology is now, that make taking a risk on a project is a lot harder, is a lot riskier than it used to be. Right? And the thing is that people don't realize that when it comes to when it comes to like financing and stuff like that, like it just like the reason why things are different nowadays, the reason why digital is such a polarizing thing is that it's different. It's different now, and then the correlation with that really is goes with Game Pass, right? Because if you have Game Pass to follow under, right? Because it does relate to it when it comes to pricing, right? When it comes to pricing between PlayStation and Xbox, right?
Hmm.
And the thing is that, yeah, sure, you can get this thing for cheaper, but is the quality going to be the same?
Correct.
So that's why when you make these decisions, you have to be more vigilant on these decisions. So when I hear someone say, "Oh, I felt ripped off," like you know what you're buying. You should know what you're buying. You should know what you're buying.
Yeah, yeah, and I understand that things get expensive and things get pricey, and we're dealing with inflation. But at the end of the day, ultimately, you still have the power. You still have the power to either say yes or to keep your money in your pocket or in your wallets. You still have the power to choose.
Yeah,
And once you made the choice to purchase that game, don't get if the as long as the game works, and it has all the content and everything that was promised, then there's really nothing for you to complain about anymore. You made your decision. Now, when it comes to this, when you about the guy talking about movies,
mm-hmm.
yeah, that does tend to compromise the quality of movies, and movies just has been bad lately. Like movies has just really, I've heard a lot of people been complaining about movies has just been bad because now that we have streaming and not as much effort or passion is being put into the movie industry, and the same thing is happening in the video game industry. Like I honestly believe Game Pass and all this other stuff is compromising the quality of good games. And like I said before, I believe a lot of these studios are going to start disappearing like before. Like how we lost THQ is back now, I think you said.
Yeah,
But we had so many studios that that they were just they were so awesome, but now we don't have them anymore. And I think that we are going to end up losing more because of Game Pass. And I think this is just going to hurt the industry as a whole, because that means, in my opinion, I could make I'm going to predict that we're going to have less and fewer games, and more franchises are going to start disappearing. Like we lost so many already, and we're going to start ending losing a whole lot more games, and it's just not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same anymore. But
I
but overall, yeah, I don't think Sony should have anything to worry about, because what exactly are you suing? You're basically suing on feelings, but not but there's like no proof or evidence that you could provide
well, I
that
think
you were ripped off.
what they should be worried about is this idea that could and this thing could hurt Microsoft too, because if they get this lawsuit and Sony decide, well, damn, we can't charge this much and this much for our games, whatever, we have to make it cheaper. I mean likelihood Microsoft gonna have to do the same thing with their digital stuff, but they have Game Pass to fall off of, though. That's the
Yeah,
difference. They have Game Pass to fall off of, but like I said, DLC is not part of Game Pass, so if they're complaining about the DLC price or whatever, then it is what it is. Me personally, I just don't to me, I feel like consumers have to do their part when it comes to buying a product.
Yeah.
I mean, I like I said, I'll use the GTA as an example. I bought GTA because I trusted Rockstar at the time, and that was a mistake. That was a mistake that I made. You know what I mean? And consumers make mistakes, that's fine. And I'm not saying you don't have the right to be upset, but at the end of the day, like there are better ways, there are better avenues to take care of the situations. This suing the company is not going to make you feel better.
Yeah.
It's not.
And
Like
it's okay to be dissatisfied, with the product, that you had. If you think the game was bad, or if you think, you feel like you didn't have a fulfillment when you bought a particular game, like, I understand that. But the thing is that is the risk, that you take, because this happens not just in, video games. This happens with any product that you could buy. When we, like, perfect example, the Batman and Superman movie that came out, years back, right? Everybody was so ready and so anticipating, for that movie. Seeing one of the biggest iconic, characters of all time going head to head, with each other, and it just turned out to be just a regular average movie, and people weren't happy with that. That was the risk that I took. I can't sue, Warner Brothers, because of that, because I was dissatisfied with it. I wish the movie was better. I wish the movie was like, top of the line, high quality, excellent story, and all this, but I didn't get it. But I still decided to, buy tickets, and I was dissatisfied because I thought it was just an average movie.
and going back to the thing that Matt Damon said, because I kind of lost my train of thought after the clip, but now I'm remembering where we were at. Now you were saying that movies you were saying that physical media and movies is still a thing, and he's telling you that it's not.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Because like and I heard this before. There are definitely movies that I heard that probably didn't do well in box office, but did well when it comes to like international or DVD sales or whatever.
Yeah.
And DVD sales, like yeah, you can buy DVDs, but it's not the money generator that it used to. That it used to be. That's why there's a thing with movie theaters and streaming and stuff like that. Like that's why those things are now, or because the reason why DVDs are obsolete is because of those things, because of streaming.
Well, yeah. When it comes to DVDs, yeah, I know people are no longer buying, albums anymore, but we still have people that buy DVDs, just not as the same capacity, as before. But I was mainly really talking about the movie theater. I think that is still a thing. I don't think that's ever going to go away, because everyone still wants to be, immersed, and people still care about going to the big screen, having that experience. So
But
I don't think the movie theater are going to fret about, oh, we're going to be obsolete. I don't think that's going to happen.
I guess
It's possible, because I did hear that Regal filed for bankruptcy. So I guess I could be wrong about that, because I that really caught me by surprise when when I found out that they filed for, bankruptcy. So that's not good. That's not good. But I think that was more in to do where they really couldn't fully recover because of COVID.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think it was more related to that than, than streaming.
And the correlation between the DVDs and movies and what we're doing with now with Game Pass is that physical gaming is something that a lot of people are trying to hold on to. But the more Game Pass becomes successful, the less and less it becomes. And digital media is going to be the main thing that we gravitate to. And when it comes to this lawsuit, if they suing saying, oh, you're ripping us off, you're overpricing us, then that's going to mean less money for them at the end of the day. Even though I do think that digital games should be cheaper, it's going to hurt Sony in the end. It's going to hurt gaming companies in the end.
Hmm.
All they're going to do is make the game cheaper. when they may not be able to afford to make it cheaper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so let me read these comments and then we can move on unless you have anything else to say. Ruben said lawyer taking off the top, class splits the rest. And Nolan said that Cyberpunk got fixed, so I'm happy with it now. All right.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it got fixed. Now the problem is it should have been fixed day one. That's my point. Cyberpunk should after um all the anticipation, waiting for the game to come out. I was excited for the game because like I was looking at all these trailers. I'm thinking this game is going to be, so fantastic. And then once I heard that the game was unplayable, well, listen, Nolan, when you have people constantly putting footage of cars flying in the air, going through walls, and the game just not even functioning, that it was so dysfunctional where people couldn't even pause the game. Like, listen, that is unacceptable to me.
I
I'm
mean,
glad that it's fixed now, but but I feel the exact same way like how well, Street Fighter Five is different because at least the game worked.
yeah.
But when you're missing content, when you don't have anything to do in the game, like I'm sorry, that's not worth $60 to me or $70 to me. They
And
should have had that thing fixed day one.
and you look at the trailer, look at the OG E3 trailer of that game, and you see even fix, see where it is now. That's a massive downgrade. Even with the fix,
Hmm.
massive downgrade to what they were promising with that game.
Yes,
False advertising out the ass. Trust me.
yes. So so them being sued, I wouldn't feel sorry for them, in the least. And like when we did I don't know if you was there, Nolan, when we were doing the Street Fighter ranking. Street Fighter Five was part of the reason why I just completely gave up on that generation.
No, I think it was.
Oh, okay, yeah. I gave up on on gaming after Street Fighter Five came out because I was just so sick and tired of where the direction the gaming industry was going. So this is the type of stuff that I just don't want to do. I don't want to spend my hard earned money and games is missing content, is missing modes, game is unplayable, it's glitchy, it's buggy. I don't want to deal with that. I don't. So if this continues, to go to a similar path to where we have to deal with all that and we have to deal with studios falling for bankruptcy, like it's just going to get worse and worse and worse to me, I think.
Right. Conspiracy agent said nobody reads the terms of service. If they get mad, it's their fault. That's true. I don't read it. Shit.
It's funny because I don't really read it either. Like I would read like the first 2 3 paragraphs and then I would like scroll all the way down and read maybe like the last one and then I'm done. So that's not even like like 1% of the whole entire thing because that's like what 3 4 pages long on paper.
That's not on purpose.
Yeah, they do that on purpose.
Yeah. He also said nobody is forcing you to buy anything. Not like being threatened to buy DLC. DLC, excuse me. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why,
yeah.
that's why I just find this lawsuit to be just weird to me. It's akin to someone suing McDonald's because they served them hot coffee. You know what I'm saying? It's hot. Like what do you expect?
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. So you have the last topic.
Yeah, this is going to be the last topic. Hopefully I didn't. Okay, all right, I have it. Great, awesome. Okay, so we talked about this a couple of times before. We talked about Spider-Man many times before. But I don't think we are going to spend too much time on it. But
Yeah.
it's already getting late, man. I can't believe how late it is.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure everybody probably went to sleep now. Um, oh crap, I didn't share it. Did I share it? No, I didn't share
Oh,
it.
no, hold on. I got you.
Okay, so it says mod site deletes anti-pride mod for Spider-Man, encourages angry users to delete their accounts. Very, 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 very interesting. Please delete your account and move on as we Okay. Let's just do this really quick, and then I'll share my thoughts, commentary, all that stuff. So, popular modding site Nexus, right? That's how you say it.
Mhm.
Modes has banned the user who removed. Okay, so so this user, this one player, removed the pride flags in PC version of Marvel's Spider-Man, sparkling an outcry that the site has actively disengaged from. The original entry of the Spider-Man mods was called Newtonian New York and replaced the in-game pride flags dotted around New York City with U.S. flags. Okay, the mod garnered far more views than it did downloads, but apparent anti-LG LGBTQIA stance naturally drew some controversy before its removal by SOT moderators. Some users claim that the American flag texture was created by Insomniac as a replacement for pride flags in Middle Eastern releases of Spider Man. We've been unable to find any evidence that this claim is true. The American flag texture already appears throughout the game where appropriate, including the line of flags outside the UN building. Okay, so Nexus Mod says a sock puppet account with the 2004 era of Urban Dictionary pun name Mike Hawk uploaded the file and says it was very clearly done deliberately to be a troll mod. As the site manager explains in the announcement, they had not been a coward and they used their main account instead. We would have simply removed the mod and told them that we did not want to host it. Oh, I heard you laughing. What's going on?
No, it's the name. The name is funny.
Oh, okay. According to Nexus mod file submission guidelines, content that may be generally construed as reactive, divisive, provocative. My bad. Divisive, objectionable, discriminatory, or abusive toward any real world individual or group may be subject to moderation. At a minimum, the flag replacer is certainly provocative towards real world groups. All right, but before I continue reading, is there anything you have to quickly say?
No, I can just finish up. We finish up.
All right, so today's announcement from Nexus Mod explained that in regard to the replacement of the pride flag in this game or any game, our policy is thus: we are for inclusivity, we are for diversity. If we think someone is uploading a mod on our site with the intent to deliberately be against inclusivity and or diversity, then we will take action against it. Site manager add that as a private business, we have the right to choose what content we do and what content we do and do not want to host on our platform. Respect this rights the same way you want respect for your rights. And then he, continues to goes on and all right, whatever. All right, what's your thoughts?
Honestly, like, I mean, if you have to be this brazen enough, first of all, if you want to mod it to where you want to remove the pride flags and put American flag, that's your prerogative. But why would you share it? Why would you share it? Is one thing. If you wanted to keep it, if you wanted to change it, then fine. You share it, you risk getting banned, which is what happened. And based on the terms of service, he clearly violated that. He clearly violated it because why would you? It could mind you. Now, mind you, I play Spider Man. I don't know if you play Spider Man. I play Spider Man.
Mm-hmm.
The game does is an incredible job of recreating every area of New York, from Harlem to Manhattan and everywhere in between. They do a very good job of recreating, like at least the most the most famous areas of New York.
Okay.
Like you can swing by Madison Square Garden. You can even swing past the Statue of Liberty. You know, you can do all that. All the main sites and scenes of New York, and that even includes the I know it don't exist, but you know, it includes the Avengers building. It includes the UN, and it includes the embassy for for um N'Challa, for like for Wakanda.
Mm-hmm.
Like so they do so the pride flags that are there are likely there or was there, around that time that they were making the game.
Yeah.
So clearly you're just removing it because you don't like it. Which is fine. If you don't like the pride flag, remove it. But don't fucking share it. Because now since you shared it, you violated their terms of service, and in turn you got your account banned. Maybe it's something that they wanted to do, but at the end of the day, it's dumb. It's stupid. Like that's all. That's pretty much it. It's stupid.
Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is the position that I have always been in, and I can't remember if you had agreed with it, but this is my position. Whatever you decide to purchase something that is physical or digital.
Oh, come on, wait. Now I'm gonna stop you right there.
No,
This
no,
PC,
no,
there's no, trust me. No one bought Spider-Man physical.
But I don't. Wait, you said nobody?
Nobody.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Regardless, though, whether
PC gaming is 99% digital.
no, but I'm just talking about overall. I'm just talking about my overall point. Whether if you buy whether if you buy a game or any other product, once you buy a product, that product is yours. That product is yours. And if you want to customize it or change it, you have the right to do that because that's your product now.
Mm-hmm.
It belongs to you.
Mm-hmm.
So if he decides to remove a pride flag, if he decides to use the US flag, if he decides to remove, if he found some way to remove the Statue of Liberty from the game, he has the right to do that. He purchased it. If he wants to customize it, he has the right to do that.
Mm-hmm.
The same way if somebody bought a Christian shirt that said, oh, Christ, whatever, and they were able to, modify that shirt, whatever it is, and remove, Christ. They only liked it how the shirt designed, but they remove, Christ in it. Uh, Although that I would be like, wow, this dude obviously doesn't believe in Christ. But if he decided to do that, he could do that. That's his prerogative. He bought the shirt, you bought the shoes, you bought the game. If there's something that you want to change or if you want to customize, you could do that. Don't go after the individual and say, "Oh, you made this purchase, but because you made some modifications and customizations, oh, you can't. We're going to ban you for it."
Are you missing the main point of why? Are you missing the big difference?
Tell me the big difference.
If he had done it for his own game, that's fine. The problem is he hosted the mod on a site that he did that's not his.
A game that he purchased, though.
All right, the game has nothing to do with it. He created the mod and shared it on a site where they said they said you cannot put anything that is that.
Okay, but
This
people
is
but people do mods all the time, and it's
that's fine,
always
but
and it's always shared.
none
It's
of it,
always shared on YouTube.
none of it is divisive, objectionable.
Oh, come on.
Good. Listen, I'm sure that this is not the first mod that had to been removed for whatever reason. They have clear guidelines. They have clear guidelines.
Havenel. People mod games all the time. We see
Okay,
them on YouTube every single time.
Steve,
We
it's
see it.
late.
We see it.
Steve,
We see it. We see it. Look, I already understand what you're trying to say.
I don't
My
think you do.
point.
I don't think because if you understood, we wouldn't be on the verge of an argument.
No, my point is this. My point is this. We've seen people do this every single time. If this individual had removed the Statue of Liberty, we would have nobody would complain. He would never have gotten his thing banned. The only reason why
If he had taken that Statue of Liberty statue and made it a Hitler statue, he would be banned. Why? Because it's divisive, derogatory, and all the other stuff that they said in the terms of service.
yeah, but you're comparing that to just somebody just removing a flag and adding,
All right, but
you know,
but
adding,
why? But let
adding
me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Why would they remove the flag?
because that is something that they disagree with, right? They completely disagree with whether if it's with the lifestyle or they just don't want to see it, in their game that they bought. They have the right to remove it if they're capable of if they're capable to be tech savvy and remove it, from their game. They have the right to do that.
That's fine. They can remove it, but don't host it. Don't make it. Don't make it to where everyone else can download it. Keep it to yourself. That's all. That's all. That's all. That's all. That's all I'm saying. If you want to take out the pride flag out of your game that you bought, perfectly fine. Don't share it on a site where you have the possibility of getting in trouble, which is exactly what happened here.
If he took that and he shared it on YouTube or on Twitter, do you think they would have banned him anyway?
No, because they have no because he didn't host it on the site. If he was just showing off his mod, maybe YouTube might maybe YouTube might cancel his subscription or whatever. But if he shows off the mod but doesn't host it, there's nothing they can do. He didn't host it. If he had offered the mod on his own site or whatever, what can they do? There's nothing they can do. It's his game.
See, okay, stop right there. That's my whole point.
No.
It's his
No.
game.
No.
It's his game.
It is his game, but he hosted the mod on someone else's site. That's the problem. He hosted the mod. He put the mod on the site where it was against the terms of service. It is what it is.
So you're on the site side. You're not on his side.
I mean, the site says what it says. That's the terms of service. And if you're dumb enough to violate the law, the rules, you have to face the consequences.
I don't.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you could go. Then I'll go.
Oh, because clearly he was trying to make a statement with this mod. Yeah, in which you can, but just don't host it on the site where he's gonna get banned.
Well, then don't. This is what. Then don't say that. You have all this stuff that people are constantly talking about, where we should be able to express ourselves, freedom of speech, all that mumbo jumbo that people are talking about. And the reason why I'm calling it mumbo jumbo is because of reasons like this. It's not true. It's not true. If he was able to express himself as much as he wanted to, they would have no issue with it. All because he removed the flag. Now they decided to ban him. A game that he purchased, a game that he bought. They decided to ban him. Like, I don't agree with that.
You're looking at it from a completely wrong standpoint. If he wanted to change it, he could change it. The problem is that the dumbass hosted that mod on the site where the site said you can't do it. Something you can't do.
If he removed anything else, would it have been a problem?
It depends on what he moved. It depends on what he removed. It depends on what he removed. Yeah,
If he removed a couple buildings on there, like a couple banks or something like that, would they have an issue with it?
I don't think so.
No.
But is removing banks divisive?
No. He had absolutely nothing to do with it. They would have had no problem of him removing,
Okay, but
banks,
what's the political
buildings,
statement?
and I will even go as far as the Statue of Liberty. If you remove it, I don't think they would have said anything.
Okay, but I told you if they had replaced it with a Hitler statue, he would have got his ass banned.
Yeah, hold on. And I can't remember in the article. Did he replace it with the U.S. flag? It said,
Yeah,
yeah, with the U.S. flag. The U.S. flag is not supposed to be meant to be,
it's not.
divisive. It's supposed.
But it's not. But
It's a symbol. It's a symbol of unity because we're all Americans. Not everybody is a LGBTQ. Not
that's
everybody
fine.
agrees with the lifestyle. So
That's
that
fine.
in itself is already divisive. The U.S. flag is not.
You can say what you want, but the facts are is that you removed it because of that, because you wanted it to be divisive. Again, like and the facts are that if you're going to do that, they're not going to try to understand what you're trying to do. No, they're just going to assume and safely assume that you're trying to make a statement against the LGBTQ community, and that's not going to stand on their site. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. You have the rules. You broke them. You're gonna get punished for it, and all because you wanted to share it. Or if you wanted to mod it for your own, to make yourself feel happy about it, you had every right to do so.
Mm-hmm.
But you decided to share it like a dumbass, and that's why you got banned.
I mean,
Like,
you could call him names and all
no,
you want.
he's a dumbass because I didn't know. Because look, Steve, the only reason why he did it was to be provocative. That's it. That's all. He just wanted to be edgy. He just wanted to be. He would want to be cool. He wanted to get some cool Trump points. But the fact is, now because you wanted to be cool, now you got banned.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna call him a buffoon just because he did that.
No, I'm sorry.
What,
I'm sorry. If you're gonna do something, just to be provocative, and you get banned, yeah, I'm calling you a dummy. I'm calling you a dummy because at the end of the day, no one gives a flying fuck what you think. No one cares. No one cares. But if you want to break the rules in order to show everyone, oh, look at me, I'm edgy, I hate gay people. Here, U.S. flag and all the other stupid shit.
He didn't say none of that.
Okay, that's
He
what
didn't say none of that.
that's exactly what he implemented by doing that. If all he really wanted to do was just change a couple things in the game, that's all he had to do. That's all he had to do. But he decided, you know what, I'm gonna host it, even though it's against the site's rules. And he got banned for it.
Yeah. He expressing how he felt. He wanting to, I guess, host something that he did. Yeah, getting banned. That was his comeuppance. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Look, I don't know anything about modding. I don't know how these guys are so skillful, to remove, certain things from the games. I think that takes a lot of talent and skill to do, that's a prodigy. I can't believe people are able to do stuff like that, with these games. However, my point is, him sharing it, him sharing it, he should still have the freedom or the right to do that as well.
Again, you're confusing the right of freedom and the right of consequence. You have the right to do whatever you want, but you're not free from consequences. And he knew what the consequences were, and he decided to do it anyway, and he got punished for it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that simple? Is that simple? You knew what the consequences were. You decided to do it anyway, and you got punished for it. The thing is, with you think that because you have freedom of speech, that absolves you from punishment or criticism. It doesn't. It doesn't. I have the right to call my boss a fucking idiot, but if I call him that, he's going to fire me. And then I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I'm going to sue him because he fired me unjustly. No, I'm not going to do that. No, it don't work that way. The world don't work that way. You have the right to say whatever you want. You have the right to do whatever you want. But if you do something that someone don't like, or in this case that goes against the rules, then you're going to get in trouble. You're going to get in trouble, and that's what he got. He got in trouble, all because he wanted to be an edge lord.
Yeah, like, yeah, he got in trouble for it. I wish he didn't get in trouble for it because if whoever this knucklehead is, the one that that banned him, if you really truly care about being united and all this other stuff that you're talking about, then you would have absolutely no problem with the U.S. flag being there because just so you know the U.S. flag includes everybody, rich, poor, gay or straight. That's what they includes everybody. So to me, he's ignorant on this situation.
There's U.S. flags in the game.
Yeah. So
In the game unmodded, there's U.S. flags in the game.
if he
They went by the accurate the accurate depictions of each area, right? So if he like obviously look in the game, you're gonna have to go to certain you're gonna have to go everywhere in Spider-Man in order to complete missions and stuff like that, right?
say it again.
Obviously he's gonna have to go. He's gonna go to most areas in order to complete the game, the Spider-Man game, because you're going everywhere.
Oh yeah, to finish the story. Yes.
Story, side missions, all that stuff, right?
Mhm.
And like at the end of the day, if you wanted to remove it, you can remove it, but you just don't share it on the site. That pretty much it says it's against it, especially when the motives behind it are very clear. And it doesn't matter what the flag symbol you want to it doesn't matter what you say about what the U.S. flag, what your interpretation of the U.S. flag is. A lot of people don't share that same implication. Not everyone shares your thought process on the flag, just like you don't share the thought process of what the pride flag is. You don't agree with the pride flag. There's a lot of people who don't care about the American flag, regardless of what your opinion is. At the end of the day, at the end for this guy who got banned, all you had to do was change it, but don't share it. If you wanted people to share it, if you wanted, there is a way that he could have gotten people to download the mod without putting it on the website. Could have done it. But instead, he wanted to be an edgelord. He wanted to be Mr. Raw right wing guy. So he decided to put it on the site, and he got in trouble for it. That's just how it is. If he wanted to share it, he could have shared it on YouTube. Like I said, he probably would have gotten in trouble by YouTube.
He would have gotten in trouble by YouTube anyway.
Probably. But there are avenues for him to share his content. He could have shared it on Trump's Twitter thing. He could have done it there. But he decided to do it here where he would get the most attention. And he got the wrong type of attention. So why should I feel sorry for him? Frankly, he got what he deserved.
Random question. Does the game, it has the US flag, does it have the New York flag in there too?
Yeah. They did their best to depict the real areas of New York. So if there's a flag that has if there's a famous flag that has the New York flag or whatever, it'll be in the game.
It'll be in the game.
Yeah, if they have like a museum that has a flag, then it'll be in the game. Right? They like anything that's like famous, it'll be in the game.
Okay, so they do really try to simulate the New York and placing it in the game.
Yeah, and there's some people who took a picture, like who would like take a picture of an area and then try to find that area in the game.
Oh, really? People done that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so the pride flags, they're there. If you go to New York right now in those areas, you'll see it. You'll definitely see it. You know what I mean? And if you wanted to remove it, use your right as someone who owns the game to do it. But the problem that I have is that you decide to share it on a site where that type of action is not allowed.
Yeah, because it was the pride flag. If it was anything else, they wouldn't have an issue with it. If it was anything else, they would have absolutely no
I
issue
mean,
with it.
I don't think if he replaced it with swastikas, I don't think that I do think that I do think he would get banned. But I do think the hint behind it is obviously this guy does not approve of the pride flag. You know, that's fine. Just don't share it. Just don't
Exactly. He
Just
doesn't approve of it. He disagrees with it,
Mhm.
and because he disagrees, he decided to remove it.
Yeah,
And he shouldn't. And just because he decided to post it online on regardless of what site, he I
no,
don't think he should.
don't do that.
I don't think he should get in trouble for it.
Don't do that because, like you said, you can't, because regardless, completely ignores the clear rules that are on the site. There are clear rules on the site that tell you can't do this. It's clear.
No, what here's that part I get. What I'm saying is, if it was anything else, that site, if it was anything else, that site would have had no problem with it.
If it was a swastika, they would have removed it.
If he removed certain buildings, if he had removed certain cars, if he had removed whatever, they would have absolutely no issue. But just because it happens to be the fried flag, we gotta ban you. You gotta get out. You gotta get out of here.
Because what it does is provocative because you're removing it because your biases and you want to share it.
Yeah, he removed it
on the site.
He disagrees with it.
On the site, yeah, that's fine. But do it on yours. Don't share it. And if you want to share it on your own. Don't do it on a site where it's not allowed. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I get it.
Let me share this.
Yeah, let's you want to read the comments, right?
Yeah.
We'll read the comments and then we could end it. Yeah, man, it's almost 1 o'clock.
Yeah. Digital is only for convenience for those who don't want to leave home to buy a physical copy. Yeah, pretty much. Conspiracy agent also continues. Mods is technically with freedom of speech, free creativity to an extent, but nobody is forcing you to download the mod and get mad at the mod they made.
Exactly.
I don't care about the mod, but the thing is that you're sharing it on a site that clearly said you can't do it. That's the problem.
But like he said, it is with the freedom of speech and expression, it still falls into that category. So regardless of the people saying, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, but again, if it was anything else, they wouldn't have absolutely no problem with it.
If it was anything else that's not divisive or trying to create or trying to downgrade a group, yeah, you're gonna get in trouble for that. You're gonna get in trouble for that. It's common sense, and it says it in the rule that you can't do it. Like, okay, so he continues. If you touched a hot stove, don't get mad because it burned you. It's obviously hot, and it's your fault for touching it. Nobody is forcing you to touch it.
Yes, I agree.
He's right though. You still have to follow the terms of service and agreement. The punishment is a bit harsh in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely, it is. Let me stop right there. Let me stop right there. Absolutely, it is. Like you basically ban somebody for using his right to remove something in the game that he purchased. Absolutely, this is
that's not what he's in trouble for.
Yeah, he's in trouble. He's in trouble because he removed something.
No,
and for posting it. That's why.
He got in trouble for posting it, not for removing it. Because no one would give two shits if he just removed it. The problem is that he posted it. That's the problem.
Yeah, but he had to remove it first.
He's playing semantics. Oh my god. The punishment is a bit harsh in my opinion. It's not like he was posting people's personal information or made an explicit mod. He said freedom has speech has a limit on video games terms of service.
Yeah, because I remember we did a podcast about, I think Microsoft once didn't want people to talk about, I think Trump or talk about politics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that pissed me off too. That pissed me off
That,
too.
that makes no sense because that's a personal conversation. That's a personal conversation. Like there's no context to what you're talking about. You could be talking about it in passing. So that was weird.
Yes.
This is not weird. Like if you want to remove it, remove it. Just don't post it. Don't post it onto a site, and you still have to follow the terms of service. You have to.
Yeah, I mean, like if it actually said that specifically that you're not supposed to remove the pride flag, well, you're not supposed to share. I mean, I don't know. I don't know exactly what it said, verbatim. But if it said that, and he's clearly guilty of it, I mean, I don't. I mean, there's really nothing for me to say. Like I have to say, you are guilty of it. I think the punishment was completely harsh too. Like conspiracy agent said, completely harsh, unnecessary in my opinion.
I don't know. I like if it was something less egregious, then I would agree with you. To me, I just think this is a guy who tried to be slick and got called out for it.
Okay, so if let me ask you one last question. You said a lot of people don't agree with the U.S. flag, even though I think it's stupid because it clearly represents a symbol of unity. But you said a lot of people don't agree with it. If he had removed the U.S. flag, would that be egregious?
No, it depends on what he changes.
Oh, okay. See, but
it depends on what he changes
but removing the pride flag is egregious, though.
Is it? It depends on what he changes it to. It depends.
Let's just say he just removed it and replaced it with nothing. He just removed all the U.S. flags.
And it would look weird, but like, yeah, I guess there's nothing they can do about it, unless there was a political statement behind it.
Well, I mean, I guess. Well, all right. Well, that's my point.
And look, like the removing the pride flag and replacing it with the American flag. That's a political statement. It is what it is. You're trying to marginalize a minority group, and you're not, and especially it's a minority group that not during that is in the midst of obviously the gay pride stuff. Yeah, you're gonna get in trouble for it.
Well, no, not
you're gonna get in trouble for it.
Well, no,
get in trouble for it.
Well, no, I disagree with that because the U.S. flag also includes gay people. It includes everybody. It's not excluding anyone from anything. The U.S. flag is a symbol of all Americans.
Okay,
that includes gay people.
That we can go
and transgenders, mind you.
We can go deep into it, but we're not going to sit here and pretend that this country has always been kind to gays and transsexuals. We're not going to pretend that that's not the case. This is like a lot of African Americans don't look at America as a sign of hope and symbolism of freedom and all that stuff. That's why this like a lot of Native Americans don't look at that flag in the same light. Just because you do doesn't mean everyone else does. Yeah, and you don't have to like it, but that's reality. So, you have anything else to say about this? Because
no. Like I do, but it's late, man. Like if something like this would bring up again, then yeah. But if I continue on, we're gonna stay here forever, and I really want to stay under 3 hours, and we're approaching 3 hours.
We did a good job, regardless. So that's it for the podcast. Let me go through the roll call.
Yes, do all the shout outs, please.
Conspiracy Agent, Nolan, Ruben, McKinley, F, Mota. Thank you guys for watching.
Don't forget Jacob.
Absolutely, Jacob. Thank you for watching. And
big shout out to Jacob for sure.
So we'll be back next week with another episode. yeah, it's late. Like I said, I went to work for a couple hours, and you know, yeah, so we're a little later than I would like, but it is what it is. It's all good.
Yeah. So once again, big shout out to every single one of you. For tuning in. Again, so sorry that it was late. Huvvi decided to get some OT, and but no, we will definitely make sure to always start on time. So once again, thank you all for tuning in. I would really appreciate it if you could all, if you haven't subscribed yet, just subscribe and share, whether if it's on Facebook or IG or Twitter or wherever it is. Um, we could definitely use your help to spread this content around. But again, we appreciate you all from the bottom of my heart, man. I really appreciate you guys. And Jacob, for the first time you came and watched, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate it. I can't wait to talk to you tomorrow, about it. So once again, all of you, Nolan, Malta, thanks again. F, brother McKinley, all of you are so awesome. So we thank you so much. This is the Traditionalist 101 signing out. Have a good one.
Who's 186? I'm out. Bye.